This episode of Noonish Sports and Tech is brought to you by High Energy Models and Events, Tech for Troops, T4T, baby, Verve Performance Labs, BetUS, where the game begins. Scan the QR code below to bet on your favorite sports games 24/7, 365. The original shot sock, now without my shot socks. There we go. How you all doing today? Oh yeah, we're back in the building. 4 deep. 4 deep. You know, got a full squad in here, baby. I almost could play basketball -1, you know. But Mark said he's good enough for 2 people, so it's all good. But anyways,
I'll carry us.
I'm your host. Welcome to Noonish, our 6th season, 8th episode, man. I know I threw 4 fingers up, but it didn't look like it because I'm holding the glass. But anyway, I'm your host, J.A., a.k.a. Jonathan Anderson, man. Very excited about today's show. We have a special guest in the building today.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh. I don't know.
And what makes her special?
I think she can out-sing you, you know?
Everybody in this place combined.
You know? Now, I might give you a little... No, I'm just saying.
Relax.
I'm playing. Unless we're doing Louis Armstrong.
Louis
Yeah, man.
That's funny.
I'm your host,
That's
J.A.,
good.
a.k.a. Jonathan Anderson, here with El Grande Toro today. And also the other excellent co-host, Mr. MC, Mark Clayton. That is half man, half amazing. All hands, always on time. Mr. 1-2 Bayou.
Throwing stuff this.
And our very special guest today in the building is the Miss Savannah Lowe. How you doing?
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're going to have a good time today.
Yes.
We're going to have a good time. I need to take a sip real quick, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm holding my glass in my hand.
How about a chip?
A little PED toast,
Salud.
performance enhancing drink.
There you go, brother. Mm-hmm.
Now let's get into it. That was
Yeah.
good. That was yummy.
Yeah.
Yummy on a Wednesday. At noon. Y'all know how to
Cold
get down.
Wednesday.
Screwball to sponsor us again.
It's chilly out there.
Yeah.
Throwing that out.
Just
You know,
saying.
I just want to throw that out there. But anyway, what's up, Savannah? How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah? When
Absolutely.
was the last time you had a drink of whiskey at noon on a Wednesday?
I can't recall.
I just heard. I hear you came back from a cruise, right?
I did come back from a cruise.
So did you have a drink on a Wednesday on the cruise at least? At noon?
I honestly can't go back that far.
Very possible. That's very possible.
It all blurred together, on the water there. There were no rules. There was no time.
Tell me a little bit about this cruise. I've never
Yeah.
heard of a music cruise before.
Yeah.
Right? So is it all music? Like, what's going on the music cruise? How does that work?
Well, I went on this cruise. It was called Emo's Not Dead. It was put on by these amazing event organizers that had the goal in mind to bring back all of these bands that, us elder emos were jamming out to, in our high school years. And it was just really fantastic. They had a huge lineup. They had bands that you might have heard of if you were in that scene, like Under Oath and Hawthorne Heights, Dashboard Confessional, Cartel, and they were all on the ship.
Nice.
Man.
And Silverstein, and it was gnarly because everybody who wanted to be there and experience this and relive this time in their lives.
Yeah.
So the energy was just off the charts for these crowds, and there was crowd surfing and mosh pits, and it was just everybody was there.
Wild.
Yeah, but it was
Sounds
just
like a good
shows
time.
and stuff. It was just so much. It was so much.
That's very cool. So,
Man.
I mean, how long was this trip? I'm like, man, this sounds like Vegas for a whole week.
It was a lot.
I need 2 days of Vegas,
It was a lot, I'll tell you, because I've never been on a boat before.
Yeah.
So that first day I woke up and I was like, wait a minute, whoa.
Is it rocking a lot?
Well, I thought so. I don't know. I'm not used to this.
Yeah.
So, exactly. I thought it would be a good idea to go upstairs and go. I was like, okay, well, what would I normally do? I would go work out. I woke up. I'm going to go work out.
Yeah.
So I go to the gym and I'm on the treadmill. well, I'm just trying to walk in a straight line, right? And then I go to the treadmill and it's facing the ocean, and I'm like, this. I was like,
It ain't working.
I was like, this is not gonna work. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna lift some weights, and I'm like, this is not gonna work.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
like
crazy.
so. Yeah, I'm taking my first cruise in December, so
Oh,
I'm
yeah?
kind of nervous about it. You know.
It should be.
Prepare,
Yeah.
prepare.
Really? Have you been on it?
I have. I ain't going again.
Yeah,
I'm good.
don't do what I did.
You might love it. I mean,
Yeah.
you might love it.
If
I
you
don't
go
know.
to the gym, be aware that sometimes the weights are marked in kilograms, not pounds.
Oh,
Gosh, I'm still aware of that. I'm gonna have to have
Get on there and suddenly
Especially
you're
if
like,
it's the Norwegian.
that's what I did.
There it is.
Yeah, you
So
right
that's
about
definitely
that.
a key.
very weak.
Right.
Exactly what happened.
God,
Yep.
bro, like I don't know. So I'm just kind of just tripped out right now. So I'm trying to understand so what I understand emo, it's like emotional, like not,
Oh,
Yeah,
not
definitely.
like hype.
yeah.
You know, but
Oh, it's hype.
It's hype, though?
Yeah, I mean that's like the primary emotion. It's like,
I
yeah,
guess I
It's
Yeah.
to get it out.
Okay.
Angst.
So
gotcha.
Liv,
yeah.
wifey is all about. She grew up like that. Was,
Yeah.
She would have absolutely loved like all
whole-
black.
Yeah.
Like, let it free. I'm gonna express myself.
I could express myself.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh, bro.
just
So-
let it
so
go.
she still jams that in the house sometimes? Like, what-
Every now and then, I got in the car probably the other day, and something was on. I was like, "Oh, that's where you at today."
That's what you.
Trying to catch
Like,
the
we
temperature
could-
in the room real quick.
We can talk about it, babe. Like, yeah, It's like,
It's the level there.
Yeah, they let you know.
Yeah.
That like she's in. So yeah.
Yeah, that's
I bought her
awesome.
Blink 182 shirt. I mean.
Oh,
so-
okay.
so
Yeah,
them and
exactly.
then
So are they
others.
considered emo though? That's
Well,
like
they get it. They're on
Yeah,
the
punkish.
but
But it's in that same like
okay. That's
genre.
world. Yeah.
feel.
No, yeah, it's that same world for sure.
It's kind of whiny.
Yeah, like Newfound Glory was there. You know, you remember Newfound Glory?
yeah, I
Yeah, they
remember
were there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
remember.
it was just so fun because normally like I feel like music's a thing that allows us to revisit different stages of our lives to like be like you said she was in that place so that's where she went, and so it was really cool to see that many people that might have like buttoned up or like stashed away like the fun loving like crazy times, and then they got to like unleash that again or revisit that space. So that was really dope.
That sounds like a very fun experience.
Yeah.
All right, so I met you at the Stone Mecca concert.
Yes.
Where you were actually performing with Stone Mecca,
That's
right?
right.
This is the first time I heard Stone Mecca perform. I don't know if you gentlemen have heard Stone Mecca.
Cold.
Cold, dog. Like, I
Stone.
classify him as like rap, like rock. Like hip hop, rock, bro.
Okay.
Like Jimi Hendrix of rock. Like he's
Yeah.
on Snoop. He does stuff with Snoop and like a lot of people on
Right.
the West Coast. Like
Wu Tang.
Yeah, the RZA,
RZA,
right?
mm-hmm.
And like his vibe just had me just like captivated, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he's like a modern day Jimi Hendrix, dog. Like tripped me all the way out. But anyway,
Yeah.
I hear this golden throat. You know what I'm saying? Over in the backgrounds,
Golden.
singing, bro. Like, I'm like, what? Who is that? You know, like that
Right.
girl's
What?
jamming over there.
Is that?
You know, because I wasn't expecting all
Right.
that to come out the way that it did,
Right.
bro. You know, like a horn or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, geez, she's pretty talented, you know.
Yeah.
And then, Stone Mecca took a break or whatnot, and then Savannah got up and did her own set, and I was just like,
Like wow.
yeah, like she's like going in right now,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I was just tripped out, so I absolutely appreciate your talent. First of all, I just
Thank
want to say
you. Thank you so much.
that. So how long have you been singing and doing this?
Well, I had my I consider my professional career to have started from my first paying gig, and that was when I was 9 years old.
Oh wow.
So I toured from the time that I was 9 to the time that I was 15, and I was in a girl group. We raised money for breast cancer research, and we
Quite a bit.
yeah, $250,000.
Oh, wow. That's big. Time.
Yeah, and then I did American Idol when I was 16, and I took a little hiatus after that because I got the taste of what Hollywood was
Oh,
like.
yeah.
I had that was intense, and so I took a little hiatus, and I started back up with gigs when I was about 17, and then I went full time with music again almost 9 years ago.
Nice.
So right before the pandemic, before everything, but I was
Right,
selling luxury cars before then, and then I got in a really bad car wreck. It destroyed my ankle, and it took me about a year to rehab from that. And it kind of just made me realize that I needed to be back in music. You know, that's what, like, I didn't care about making money anymore. I didn't care about living a certain lifestyle anymore. I wanted to be doing what made me happy. So I went back to music.
That's awesome.
And been doing that ever since. So.
That's awesome. Crazy. So you had a very cool experience on American Idol. Like, that's something that not many people can say they've done in life, right?
Yeah.
So how was that for you? Was it just kind of weird? Like, I mean, because you're out there in front of the whole world, and this is like one of the most popular shows like ever in the history of television. You know what I mean? And one of the first like interactive shows where the audience gets to vote. Yeah.
Right.
So you're kind of like putting your soul out there in front of the world. It's like you're butt naked on the stage in front of everybody right now. You know what I mean? Especially when I got scarred when I was 8, you know, in church choir, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You had that solo?
Bro, solo, and I swallowed in the middle of a word, bro, and never returned.
Didn't he come back?
I had to shut it down, dog, and I want to do it to this day.
Not the church solo.
Yeah, so, you know,
Never to
what
be
was,
seen again.
what was that whole experience like?
You know, for me, I had been doing it I had like the hubris of a teenager who had been doing something for, 6 years. Or
it's like
7 years, and so I was like, oh, this is it. This is what I'm doing. This is what, I wanted to do it ever since I was watching Kelly Clarkson on it, and I was like, all right, like, this is what I want to do. So as soon as I got old enough, I auditioned and got it's a big process. It takes like 6 months to get in front of the celebrity judges.
Oh, wow. 6 months?
Yeah, maybe 3, but it was a lot of.
I didn't realize it was
Well, because they're not gonna sit there for 30,000 people. You know what I'm saying? So they like weed them out, and they pick the bad people and they pick the good people, and what's gonna make good TV, and
like they pick the best bad people.
Oh, for sure.
and they lead them on for a few months. Yeah.
serious?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
so
I know.
People
Yeah.
going on bragging.
Confidence.
Yeah. And then they told me, they were like, so when I got my golden ticket to, go to Hollywood or whatnot, they were like, okay, you have to sign so much stuff, like, and I'm out of my NDA, so I can say all of this. It's been a minute. But they have you sign, like, a big thing, and have you taken all these personality tests, have you, like, interviewed by a private detective, have you, like, and I'm 16 at the time, but imagine if I was older, they have to, like, get the logins, all your socials, like, all the,
Dang,
they go super deep, because, they want to, like, protect themselves, and they try to pick who's going to go on, and I remember the first thing that we were told whenever we got to Hollywood, and it was 100 of us, they're like, congratulations, you made it out of 300,000 people to the top 100 in Hollywood and whatnot. And the creator of the show was like, I want you to know that this is not a talent competition, this is a reality TV show, and if you have a problem with that, you can go home now. And we're just like,
Gosh. So you had to
okay.
be extra. Your job was to be extra.
They wanted to, they mic'd everybody, they pit people against people, because Hollywood Week was crazy, and then I got past that, and like, but I was lucky enough to be young enough to not be involved in that. But and plus I had my mom there, like, looking out for me, because I was a minor. But it was a really eye-opening experience to like the fact that what you think you see, like, on TV is not what's happening, it's so orchestrated, it's so thought out, it's and that was even like a long time ago, you know what I mean? So it's going way beyond that.
That's crazy.
But it definitely like it kind of like jaded me in a sense, you know what I mean? So like against the thing.
But it's like, I'm always like, reality TV is not reality. It is patched together.
Oh, for sure.
And cut and sewed, like
little tiny pieces, and like the amount of people it takes to put that together. Is mind blowing.
That's
crazy.
Like,
even sports is not like you get the game, but like you don't see all the practice, all the drama, all the other stuff that goes on behind the scenes. Just family issues that come up. As we talked about last week.
No doubt.
Or 2 weeks ago, whatever.
Indeed.
But even like World Food Competition is not really televised, but like they're pretty upfront with like, it's a competition. The competition is real, but the show is how we pay the bills. Like, this is where the money comes from.
So you got to build in some drama. How do we? We got to build it in there.
That's insane.
I mean, really, they get enough drama.
They're just gonna to put it in there.
How much is
Restraining
enough?
orders.
Y'all did?
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Kitchens blow up. But
Oh, yeah. That's great for TV.
that's what I did last week.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. I blew up a kitchen once. I didn't blow up, but it smoked.
I didn't blow it. I blew
How
up a
many ovens did
bathroom
you take out?
today.
Hey, it's
Just
dog. Nah, bro. So,
It's all that salt.
Yeah,
I love them,
man.
man. Can't stay away from them, man. But yeah, so that's very cool. And like, how is it performing with Stone Mecca and being around an artist like that is, I believe
Legendary.
is, yeah.
I was, I'd known Stone for a minute, and that's whenever he invited me to, play with him in the Stone Mecca and Friends, I was just like jaw on the floor, just couldn't believe it, because I don't know, I feel like when it comes to somebody that you look up to and admire so much, like that, shaking that starstruck feeling, it doesn't really go away. You just learn how to contain it. I was just keeping my cool and
Absolutely.
stuff. But coming to practices and I got to go into the studio and watch him with the new work that he's doing for Reza and stuff, and it's this album, and he was directing a string session, and just to see like the way that his mind works, and he's singing to the strings, and he's like, no, make it whine. He's like, no, that was what you were supposed to do last time. Just this like this musical like involvement and genius, because like Stone comes from a time before we had all like right now. What we can do like on a computer is insane. You can make it sound like anything. You can make it sound like there's somebody playing guitar right next to you, like the way that they have the MIDIs, like all the like the effects. But so he came from a time that wasn't like involved in that, so to see that applied was really like mind blowing, and to be a part of that was it's definitely it was humbling and a really cool experience. I was really honored to be a part of that.
Is that the first time you performed with him?
Yeah, with
Are
him.
You serious?
Yeah.
Like, no, it seemed like y'all had been doing that for a while. You know what I mean?
Thanks.
How much practice goes into like a show like that? How long do you practice and prepare for something like that? I mean, other than all your life.
Yeah, I think it's an ongoing thing in addition to rehearsal with the band. Right. Personally for my own band, and for if I have anything coming up, or like for that show in particular, we rehearsed as a unit for two, like there were two separate rehearsal blocks that were about 4 hours long, and you go up there for your song or like whatever you're a part of. But I have a practice schedule that I stick to every week, and that it's a daily thing that I have, and then on Saturdays I have my 12-hour block of music. No, it's like just what you were saying before with the athletes. You see what they do on game day. They don't, but you don't see like the drills that they're doing. You don't see like the diet that they, because your voice is your instrument, and your voice is also your body. So for me, like taking care of that has to do with taking care of my physical health as well. And so it matters like what I eat, how I feel. Like if the weather changes, I gotta take how much rest I'm getting. That all plays a factor in how I sound. So
do you like brush your teeth, jump in the shower, and like start doing every morning?
It's a part of my daily routine. I do exercises every day. I do a warm up and an exercise. They're two different things. Just like if you go to the gym, you're gonna stretch your body. You're also gonna stretch your vocal cords, and then and then you
Walking and get it in,
No.
Walking the treadmill for like 2 minutes and straight into it. Right? But so, like, are you still saying like, "Mommy made me eat my bubble gum"? Like that?
That's what your thing was?
Hey man, that's what they talk about.
It's along those lines. There's quite a few different. It's for me, like I've gotten to the point where I just do a 5-minute warm up and then and then a 20-minute exercise.
Oh, nice. And that's what allows you to go out there and sing for long
hours and hours and hours, or or studio sessions. Like you want to be able to. It's just like. anything else physical.
Yeah.
Because if you fall off
Yep.
and then you have something come up, then you're having to play catch up.
Yeah.
Right? You're having to really put in that training. But if you keep it consistent, like even though you don't have something like a game, like if you're on off season, so to say, it's the same
Off-season
thing. You
training.
still want to like keep it consistent. Yeah. But since I stream, like I'm singing 4 nights a week, whenever it comes up. So
all right. So your stream name is Sav Plays Games, right?
Savannah Lowe.
Oh, so Savannah Love?
Yeah.
All right. Where'd I get the Sav?
It's my handle on socials.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Savannah Love, right?
Yeah.
So, are you playing like games?
Yeah.
Okay. So what games do you play?
I play the Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and Elden Ring, and like I do like those types of RPG FromSoft kinds of ways. I like I like to do challenge runs and stuff like that. I right now I'm doing every Sunday. My Bloodborne is like what got me into gaming, and like every Sunday like I play Bloodborne with my community. We do like PvP and co-op, and like I have a blood level 4 like challenge run where I don't level up my character, but I go through the game. And then I have a Dark Souls 3 challenge run where I don't level up my character but go through the game. And then
So when you win, you just start singing?
no, actually, my singing is a way that like I say thank you to my community for making it possible for me to be a streamer full time. So like when I hit different milestones or incentives on my stream, I reward with like a choice off of my song selection list.
that's
And so
awesome.
yeah.
So you're a gamer with a singing problem, or
Yeah, both, I guess.
That's great.
just a girl with problems,
Good problems, though. Good problems, though.
Yeah, good. Absolutely. Those problems pay bills, I suppose.
Exactly.
That's right.
And I've seen you done some covers. You did a Taylor Swift cover that had like freaking 170-something thousand views. I was like, dang. But I mean, you jammed.
Thank you.
You killed it. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved directing and producing like the music videos that I've done. Like I've done, I think probably about 9 or 10 in the past few years. Especially before the pandemic and everything. I like to, I love the storyboarding and the production behind like bringing a music to life and stuff. So yeah, I like to do the covers for that and whatnot. And make them my own. I made that one like a little rockier, I had the dancers and stuff, but it's all a part of like the process. I would say that like, you have to have, you have to be multifaceted whenever it comes to being an independent, artist, because you have to do everything yourself. You're not going to make it if you don't understand each and every like aspect of the business, including the administration boring side, including like the production side and making the music, recording the music, releasing the music, advertising, all this stuff. But
The whole business model.
She like Slash.
yeah.
Like the Cordell Stewart of singing and gaming.
Oh man,
Slash.
So have you thought about crossing over into like acting or anything? 'Cause, I mean, you're good in front of the camera for sure.
Thanks. I went to the New York Conservatory for Dramatic Arts on a scholarship and studied TV and film acting for a while, and it was like definitely a part of that. I love acting. I think that the best advice that I got when I was in school was that acting wasn't pretending. Acting was bringing yourself to a character. And so I think that a big part of streaming is that my favorite part about going live is that I can just be myself. I'm just sitting there and I'm just whatever comes to my head, I'm saying it, like I'm just playing the games, being goofy, like trying to provide like a really like a good environment for people to like hang out, and we do a lot of charity work on there too, and that's like a dream come true to me. Like it's like if you can just bring yourself to whatever position that you're doing and do what you love for a living and whatnot. But like acting does play like being comfortable in front of a camera is something that I like probably learned from an early age. When I was in the doing the touring and the stuff, and like we like opened up for the Jonas Brothers, and so we were doing like the Good Morning Texas interviews, and like being on camera training was like a big part of that, because you want to be like a 10-year-old like sitting like like
30,000 people, right? Like
I think there were about 50,000 in the crowd there at the Jonas Brothers concert.
How old were you at that point? Like,
oh man, I think I was like 11 or 12. I think, I might have been 12. It was right when they were getting big. It was at the Texas State Fair, and they had like the crowd, the band had to be flown in on a helicopter because it was too many people.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They say boy bands and
That's
things
neat.
like that are like the worst because like the teen fans are.
Oh, it was
yeah.
insane. They were hosing down the crowd too. It's 104 degrees outside. You know?
They're like, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, people are passing out and screaming. My shoes, I remember that day because my shoes, the bottom of my heels melted to the stage because it was so hot. Because it was the Chevy main stage and it was facing the sun.
Yep.
In the bottom of my hip.
Thanks.
Yeah, they just like, they just I remember holding with my shoe up.
Yeah. Like that hot turf.
Yeah.
120 degrees
Black
on
pebbles.
the field.
Oh, just in your skin.
Inside the, I'm sure like 130 on the inside.
No.
Don't show it. Don't show that pain, bro. But no, that is awesome. So what's next? What's next for Savannah Low? Like, are you producing like new music right now? Like, what's your main focus outside of your streaming and your philanthropic activities? What else is going on? Like, what's next? Like, what do you want?
I think about that. I spent so long, and I'm sure that everybody can relate. During the pandemic, it was like we were in like survival mode. We're like, especially whenever you're doing anything, whenever it comes to crowds, if it's sports, if it's like whatever it is, restaurant business, like entertainment. I was just like, at first, whenever the shutdown started, you're just kind of like, okay. All right, let's go through. But then it kept on going, on and on and on, and like I feel like I'm finally settling into a part where I was comfortable, and instead of just trying to grasp and whatnot. And so in this case, like it was so largely in part to the community that I built on Twitch, and they're supportive of me, and for me, like. If I like finding those people that can be like the reason why you're able to do what you love to do is so important. It's so important to like surround yourself with people who are not only cheering you on but they're challenging you, and it's that motivation and stuff. So for me, like I'm big on like I have big dreams to like really change the platform in a sense to where we are focusing more on an inclusive, like uplifting environment to where we can because if like going to look at my stream alone and seeing all the good that we've been able to do, if like we raised over $15,000 for charity last year, like we sponsor 3 children with Save the Children, we have a share in a school, like we like all the stuff that we're able to do, and we're not like I'm not huge, you know what I mean? So if we can like actually like push forward with this, like and I incorporate the music with it, and my band has about 3 or 4 songs in the works that we're ready to lay down in the studio and release, and like just like being a part of something that's bigger than myself is really what my eyes are on, and just seeing like how big of an impact that my voice and my presence and my acceptance of like what I've been through and my vulnerability about that, and trying to bring people together to like talk about how we've all been in this place, like whatever I can do with that and to make a difference on the world that's bigger than myself, like that's kind of where I'm aiming right now.
That's awesome, man. So I just want to say, salutes to what you're doing and
Thank you.
Your impact on the world and the people that you're influencing, and also you have an awesome drummer.
Oh yeah.
That dude goes hard.
Just say,
Thank you so much.
Hard, man.
Thank you, Jay.
You're like so versatile. You're like you can do so many different things, sing so many different styles of music. Man, I appreciate that. That's a gift. It's a talent. You don't need all the buttons and the auto tune and all the extra production. Like, just give me a microphone.
Raw.
And let's go. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that, man. In
Awesome.
2022.
That's right. That's right.
Authenticity.
Artists
Yeah.
that won't ever do an unplugged
Oh right, yeah.
these days.
Yeah.
With a mic?
Yeah.
Yeah, not many.
that
Not
ain't
many. Not many.
All acoustic? No, not gonna be
Not
doing
many.
that.
Like,
Yeah.
nah,
I love
not
that.
happening.
I
It's
love
not
that.
happening. So, but yeah, so as you know, this is Noonish Sports and Tech.
Yeah, let's
Jump into
Let's
it.
do it.
I heard you're a huge sports fan.
I brushed up. I asked questions.
You got teams? You got teams?
Yeah, I'm
You, like, ish?
Do you like the Cowboys? That's all
That's
I want to
right.
Do
know.
you?
You're a Cowboys fan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number one fan. You got the finger on everything.
I do. I got the phone one finger.
Like, yeah. Who they playing? I don't know. But I like them.
But I'm going for them, though.
Right.
You know?
I like them.
Hometown loyalty.
Right.
This week. Oh, they
Hometown.
lost.
Yeah.
An effort was made.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna dive into this thing, man. So we'll start with the Cowboys. You know,
Oh.
you know, long story. You know, it's,
Oh, it was a short story, but
Yeah,
okay.
very short story. It's the same old story to me.
It's the same
You know?
old story.
I'm just tired of people
Same old
making
story.
excuses for this one dude that I know. I actually saw him last week, and I had no desire to go say hello, man.
Yeah,
And that's,
that says it all.
Did you have a desire
Yeah,
to,
I
to
could-
say, get rid of the ball a little faster?
I had a desire to say, yeah, that.
We're gonna come in hot.
Throw
Hot and
it
critical.
accurately. So I heard an
Man.
interview. I was listening to Brad Sham.
Okay. Brad Sham.
Brad Sham before the game.
He doing an interview.
Yeah, bro, and he was like, man, I just talked with Jerry, and he told me that, you know, he said he talked to Dak before the game and was like, hey, you know, there was another number 4 that played out here, you know, talking about Brett Favre. He was like, let's have one of those days. As soon as I heard that, I was like, that ain't gonna happen, you know. Go ahead and shut it down, bro. So
Just like that.
I want to hear your analysis of the game, you know, and what you think about the Cowboys and number 4. Stephen A. Smith said he's the weakest link on the team right now. How do you feel about it?
I think that's a little extra. Dak is
If not him,
the weakest link.
If not him, then who?
The play caller.
You think it's Kellen Moore's fault?
I think protect. So you want to put the ball in Dak's hands. I get that.
Yeah.
But there comes a time when we're trying to win a game.
Yeah.
And they're talking about winning the Super Bowl, if they can't lean on their run game to close out a game and have Dak make a throw or two, but really lean on it, I think the pass to run ratio is like 18 dropbacks to like 6 runs or something late down the stretch.
Yeah.
Insane. You're up 14. If you can't lean on the run game to close out the game and have Dak make a throw or two, maybe to close out the game, you're in trouble. Like you're in trouble. You're not winning the Super Bowl. I'm gonna let you know that. You might make it to the playoffs, but you're not winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Also, Zeke wasn't playing though.
So what?
But Pollard is going in.
I was averaging 6 yards. Was
He
it?
carry. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
That play call. There was 18 drop back passes, whereas 10 of those could have been run calls, and who knows what happened. I mean, we don't know. He's averaging 6, so maybe 4 per play. Like that's a first down every 3 plays.
Yeah.
And so I think that is a big part of their problem. In addition to not being able to stop the run, they talk about Dak, but at the end of the day, Green Bay needs to get back into the game, 14 down. And typically, you think somebody's going to have to throw the ball because throwing the ball gets the ball down the field faster.
They did.
No, they ran the ball.
Yeah. And we
That
talked about this
oh
whole
my
earlier
God.
this year on the C gap.
Yeah. Period.
Yeah.
Just-
and I think their first loss.
First loss to Tampa Bay, they ran the ball down their throat,
And the
Philly
playoffs against San Francisco last
ran the ball down their throat, and then I mean we can that narrative is going to continue because I don't think they have the personnel to stop the run. Period. They built a team that's really fast and agile, and if somebody has to throw the ball, they're gonna eat all day. When it comes down to somebody who wants to run the ball down their throat, there ain't nothing they can do about it.
So what do you need? I mean, the C gap, that's just a strange spot. I guess you need big DNs, big backers to be able to, like, because they have the speed, they have the personnel that can
They do.
get to those spaces, right?
Yep.
C gap is, okay, so A gap is, there's a center, guard, tackle.
Here we go, yep.
Right?
So
A gap
football
is
101,
between
yep.
the center and the guard.
Okay, you got it.
All right, B gap is between the guard and the tackle,
Mhm.
right? And the C gap is outside of the tackle, and maybe a tight end is right there, right?
Usually that's
Right?
a DN.
Yeah.
And Dallas's DNs are pass rushing type DNs, not run stopping DNs per se.
Yeah, not big and strong. Randy
Yep.
Gregory, I think, was he a pretty decent run stopper D? Not really either, right?
Not
He's
great,
more of a-
no.
Okay.
He's a pass rusher primarily.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
he was able to use his quickness and just leverage to kind of.
Yeah.
You couldn't just double team him, and he was a problem-ish, but not enough.
Yeah.
You have to be able to
need
take
a
on.
Scud
consistently,
missile.
play after play after play after play,
You need a
and
Scud missile
like
that
a
is
tree
willing
trunk
to go in there and just boom.
Well, or that.
Like, just whoever's lead blocking, that Scud missile's going to come in here. I know I'm not getting a tackle.
Oh yeah,
but I'm about to.
So do you think that the defense is like depending too much on Dak?
I think the opposite.
The opposite?
I
Yeah,
think the offense is depending too much on the defense.
they've given the defense more credit because yes, I agree.
Yeah, because things were going well. Defense got the ball to the man on the 10-yard line.
They did.
He just needed 10 yards to score a touchdown. Not a first down, to score a touchdown. All right, it was a fumble, I believe. They recovered a fumble. Here you go, Dak. 2 plays later, pickoff, middle of the field. It's like,
Right on the
here we
goal
go.
line.
I could have called this. I could have called that, right? And that was the first mistake.
You
And then-
probably have called that one several times.
Man, and I'm just like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, don't make that pass. Don't blame somebody else for not running the right route. Don't throw the ball. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's what I said.
At the end of the day,
The play can be shitty, but let's leave it at that. Don't make shittier. Like, that's,
throw
Like-
it on the bounds. Throw it over the
Okay,
top of
right,
it. Just let
exactly.
another down. Don't try to force it in there. Oh, I see my guys bumping into each other.
no doubt.
Why? You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Here you go. Have it.
But he was on schedule.
Yeah.
It's hard because you're looking at the timing in the pass game has to be precise, damn near. And so what I felt in both of his intercepts, the 2 late to CD,
Yeah.
one on the goal line and then one midfield.
Yeah.
He was throwing on time. Like he was trusting that his guy was going to be where we practiced.
Yeah.
And I can't,
But But it was one of those option routes where CD was coming. He thought CD was going to come underneath, and if he had, he would have got killed by that safety.
So what?
So CD went over the top of him.
Wrong, flat. So if we're practicing a route that requires me to come flat, and if the DB is driving on that is on quarterback to see that, but that's on me too as a receiver to flatten even more.
To understand, I need to come back to the
I
ball
gotta
even more.
I gotta start to curl this up even more so to protect my quarterback
And myself.
and me.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so and then the other part is yes, Dak is seeing what's happening, and obviously I don't think he saw the safety.
Yeah.
Safety was supposed to be accounted for by the seam route, Schultz running through there
Yeah.
and taking the safety out. Clearly, they kind of bumped into each other, so safety, it was easy for him to squat on it, and he drove make a great play.
Yeah.
But, I don't know that, obviously Dak didn't see it,
Yeah.
but apart from that, I think, him attempting to try to be on time and be efficient in the passing game.
He is making
and
an
sticking
effort.
to, it cost him. It never.
Yeah, he's making an effort, but
But
it cost him that time. You still
yeah.
got to be smart. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
I was trying to learn a new technique in my MMA class.
Okay.
Last night.
Which one?
And
This is interesting.
well, it's basically like you slip a punch, and what I would normally do is grab it and throw a knee.
Okay.
Right
Oh,
on the
the right. The right.
Right or left, either one. You just-
Okay.
Just slip the
Either way. Okay.
But the technique, the new technique, is same thing, except that instead of going to a knee, a low knee, you just drop that fist down and clip the back of the
Oh,
leg.
hit that spling? Oh,
Yeah, hit
clip
that-
the back of
hit
the
that-
leg.
Hit the back of that thigh where you frog it up.
What are you
Yeah.
hitting it with? Oh, yeah?
You're not trying to take somebody out with that. You just distract them.
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
then you're gonna throw them down the ground.
Gotcha.
Anyway, the thing is, because I've done the other techniques for years, it's like I can do it. I can do it when we're doing super
Without
slow mo
even
version.
thinking.
But when
Muscle
you get in
memory.
But as
Yep.
soon as,
Right now.
yeah, as soon as you go
Yep.
try to go even close to full speed, it was
Yep.
like
You revert back
I
to
can
the
imagine.
Right.
Neat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's what comes out. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. No,
I feel
it's
that.
just in the heat
I
of the
feel
moment.
that.
In other
In the
words,
heat of
like,
the moment,
like
you
Max practice that
that
flat
in route. Yep.
like,
A basic. Yep.
Yeah.
Totally.
over
Boom.
and
He's
over
resorting
and
back
over
to what he
again.
knows.
It's like, hit. Oh, he gonna be. Oh no.
But to
Oh, no.
to your point,
Uh-huh.
that's fine. He's
Yeah.
doing it's natural,
Mhm.
but it's not gonna get you to the Super
But it ain't gonna get you
Yeah,
a Super Bowl.
like, exactly.
You gotta make plays. Indeed. But that was
Which is why I'm not doing UFC. Also because I'm 50 years old.
indeed.
Yeah. So would you admit that he is one of the weaker links?
Dak.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's costing them with the turnovers
Yes,
for
he
sure.
is.
Because
Yes, he
yeah,
is.
even in whatever it is, turnover you can't do it. You just can't do it.
But you,
Like,
but
can't
you
do
have
it.
a point with the you also have a point with the lighter weight, higher speed defense
Oh yeah.
to throw it back into a world I understand.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
If you it's like taking like Bruce Lee versus Kimbo Slice.
Indeed.
Like Bruce Lee's gonna get us some hits.
He gonna get him in.
They're not gonna be
But
effective.
Kimbo's
over time,
over
Kimbo's just gonna run over him.
an hour?
Yeah, like it's just
For
a
sure.
matter of-
Yeah.
And back to that point,
Yep.
that's where Zeke comes into play. Zeke is
Okay.
Kimbo Slice running at the defense.
Okay.
right? He's
Yeah,
the
I
one
feel
that's
that.
pounding the defense, bruising them up, and then Pollard comes in, boom, slash.
I hear that, but I don't because they 18 drop back passes versus
Yeah.
6 rushes.
Absolutely.
I can't. We don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
We don't know.
You're right. You're right.
Maybe he
Well, man.
continues to average 6
Yeah, maybe.
because guess
But
what?
in those, I did
These
notice,
numbers.
like even on that 4th and like
Tremendous, like,
8 inches.
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. 4th and 8.
It's like 4th and 8 inches.
4th and 8.
Right.
Quarterback sneak, Dak barely got it because that D line, that interior D line was penetrating, bro.
Oh, they stopped.
They were penetrating, and I
Green
think
Bay
that's
D-line
why they kind of just. And I'm not saying that was the right move, but I feel that is why Kellen Moore was not running the football when he should have been. You're up by 14, and this is the same thing Jason Garrett was falling victim to, running the ball in the wrong situations, bro. Like,
Indeed.
passing the ball in the wrong
passing ball,
situation.
yeah. But that would also be not trusting my defense. I know
Yeah.
my defense ain't that good.
Yeah.
But we gotta-
Therefore,
That's a
instead
good
of trying
question.
to,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
But how do you get it to where everybody steps it up?
Well, so is everybody? We're in the season, like we're midway through the season. Teams are, for the most part, who they're going to be in the playoffs. So we know kind of strengths and weaknesses, and you can't really address a weakness. You can through scheme, but you need to through personnel. Like they have trouble stopping the run. They need to bring in run-stopping defensive players,
Yeah.
guys that
Yeah.
they're built to stop the run.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of guys like that.
Yeah.
So
We brought one in
You
in Jonathan Hankins.
Hankins. They did.
But he's interior. He's not in that C gap.
He's
we're
not
talking
there.
about.
Yeah, he's the
This
double.
It's a big man we're
Yep.
talking about.
So
you know?
straight ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, he there. But when they go that way,
solidified.
he not over there and he not over there. He just right here. But he there.
Yeah,
But
and they're not running there.
yeah, exactly. They go there.
There's a wall.
Exactly. Yeah, that wall don't go that way.
Yeah.
Well,
So
and administratively, I guess the thing about that is like this is not like I don't even know who's a good example of a team with low budget. Like this is a high budget team. Like they have
Absolutely.
they have the money.
They got the
get
money
personnel.
to you get.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have got him
Hopefully we get
this
OBJ,
past offseason.
Who would you bring in?
Who I would. I mean, I have to go look at
the rosters
a
and
list.
yeah.
Dream team. though.
But
Yeah.
there are guys that across the league, this guy is a good run stopping
Yep.
D lineman.
Yeah.
Like there's a couple of them, and they could have certainly got him in the offseason,
Yeah.
but chose not to go in that direction.
Yeah.
They went with Speed D, which Speed D is great. It's great, but I'm telling you,
you get manhandled come November, December.
Oh
when
my
that,
gosh.
When
When
that
that-
surface gets a little wet, a little muddy,
hey,
a little cold out
when you
there.
gotta dig in there.
Guys are running the ball.
play
That's why
after
the
play.
Cowboys struggle come playoffs. They win early in the season. Come playoff time. I'm
'Cause of
hoping we get
terrain?
out. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's
I never thought.
they said that terrain wasn't the best in Green Bay. And I was like, man, I wonder if they purposefully did that, and probably so.
Green Bay, yeah, it's set up like that. But that's the Bermuda, the glass that they have is kind of slick.
Bro, they
Always.
said they had a hybrid grass. They had
Always.
It was a natural grass with artificial grass sewn in.
No, that's
It's like, what? So I gotta look this up.
yeah.
I
You
never
gotta
heard
look that up. Me neither.
Somebody's always gonna blame the grass.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I mean,
No, they just got handled.
It's a big thing now. It's a
They just
big-
got
it's a-
manhandled.
The same conversation.
That's
It's a
fine.
big thing right now across the league. Like, they're trying to get rid of turf, period.
That's cool.
Right? To go back to natural surfaces. But I saw a lot of
Hey.
injuries on natural surfaces, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm saying.
I'm just saying the other team was playing on the same surface. So
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So like whatever your excuse is.
Right.
they
Oh,
had it to-
Cowboys. I hope we get 10 wins this season.
Yeah.
Battle
Y'all,
lines are coming
not to
up.
mention the teams that are in that division run the ball
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
And then Washington, I felt like
Oh,
I mean we can jump.
Yeah, let's go on and
Bro.
move over. Off the Cowboys now. You know, Baltimore didn't play this week, so unfortunately we have no Baltimore talk. But we do have Washington Commanders talk. Yeah, they
about
went
the
out and
Commanders?
beat an undefeated Philadelphia Eagles team.
Handling their first loss of the season.
Who is this Taylor Heineke kid? Where'd he come from? It's two USFL quarterbacks
in the NFL?
starting in the NFL right now.
Yep.
And they're both in the same region, Carolina Panthers and
Washington
Washington Commanders, right? So
Yep.
Taylor Heineke, this kid did a great job last year in the playoffs,
You did.
right? I guess he didn't prove his point
close.
enough, you know,
No doubt.
because they went out and got Carson Wentz.
Oh,
Like, what is this?
you know, once you have one sniff at the MVP,
Yeah.
your opportunities are endless.
You're good.
They're going to give
He
you
got a
chance
sniff,
after chance
then
after chance.
He was good for the next 12 years of his life.
Right.
This dude been on the
Exactly.
sideline holding. He's been playing as much as me in
Yep.
the past like 3 seasons.
Yep.
Right? And the guy just keeps getting paid like broken
Yeah, he
off
do.
big bucks.
Mhm.
Okay, and the guy,
On potential.
I don't know. I think they liked him because of his red hair, the red logo, the red uniforms
indeed.
kind of went together. I don't know.
Speaks well.
Could be.
But yeah,
A lot of potential.
man. Yeah.
Fashionable.
Hey, this is a risky bet. A lot of risk, a lot of reward, right?
it is.
Good chance. He can be great.
But nope.
No.
Nope.
No.
Not at all.
He hadn't had an MVP type season since his rookie year.
Nope.
But
That's
anyways, he's on the bench. Taylor Heineke's in the game, and they went out and beat the undefeated Philadelphia Eagles, who everybody had already crowned. If you want to crown their asses, crown their asses.
They were crowned.
Yeah, they were crowned. Jalen Hurts,
Up
MVP
then, they'd
already.
earned it.
MVP performance.
Yeah, absolutely, they earned it. Even though they did play against our backup, but I think our backup should be starting. Anyways, that's a whole other topic. What do you think about Washington? Did you watch that game?
I watched the game. I was impressed.
What they do?
I
Well?
knew. So going into the game, I had seen a few of Washington's games leading up to that, and know that they've been very close. Like
Well,
they're
they
not
won 4 out of
losing
the last
games.
5.
Right. So 4 out of the last 5, but early they were just very and Carson was a problem, like turnovers.
Yeah.
Big problem. Taylor comes in, rejuvenates her. He got all the energy, young. He's he's a cool kid,
Yeah.
and it works. But going into the game, I was like, this is going to be a tough game for
Dogfight,
Philly.
yeah.
Because Washington has a D line that's going to get after they ass.
And Chase Young is coming back Sunday. He wasn't even
He
playing.
wasn't even playing. That's what I'm like. Chase ain't even playing, and Jalen is having to make. He got to make moves.
Yep.
But Jalen played well. Turnovers killed him, obviously, and it was crazy to see the amount of turnovers that kept Washington in the game. Philly is still the better team.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, hands down, they're the better team. But Washington was able to capitalize on Philly's
Turnovers,
mistakes.
yep.
That was it.
AJ
And that's
Brown
all it is.
Had 1 catch for 7 yards.
That won't happen next time.
Did Philly?
Devontae stepped up.
That
Yeah, he
this was
did.
going to be a walk off and
No,
get smashed.
no way.
Nah, so, what's the
No
coach's
way.
name?
Ooh.
For Washington?
Was it
Rivera.
Ron? Mhm.
Ron Rivera.
Yep.
One of the best coaches in the NFL.
Yep.
So, anytime you play one of his teams,
Yep.
and Savannah, I know you know this. Anytime you play one of his teams,
Oh, you're gonna get everything.
you are going to get everything. Like, he can get his
Yep.
guys to show up every
Yep.
Sunday. And I know
Oh yeah,
that's a favorite
Ron.
coach, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, Ron is on the
It's
course.
kinda like being on it's kind of like on the cruise. It's like being on a cruise,
Oh,
and everybody was giving everything because it was like we loved it. Like
Yeah.
guys that love the coach,
Yeah.
they're going to give everything they got.
Of course.
Like there was also some other outside motivation. I think Ryan had a death in the family.
This past weekend?
This right before, yep.
Wow, I
And so
didn't
there was
realize
some
that.
other motivation because I saw the post game speech.
Yeah.
So that was, yeah.
And
yeah.
not to mention, Ron beat cancer.
When
coaching, like-
oh yeah. He had.
Ron
Yeah,
is a
Ron is
legendary.
He's a legend.
You know, he was Cam Newton's guy when he was an MVP
Yep.
candidate, and Carolina's going to the Super Bowl. Like,
Oh yeah, he's
Ron
a
Rivera
player's
is a
coach.
great coach.
Yeah,
I
he's a
was
great coach. He's a player's coach.
wishing we could grab that dude. I think we would. The Dallas Cowboys would embrace Ron Rivera if he was
Most
our coach.
definitely, yeah.
Like, you talk about that stadium being packed out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Every Sunday it'll be packed out. But
Right.
Ron Rivera is amazing, and the Washington Commanders. I'm still not sure about that name. Thanksgiving just ain't the same since they turned it to the football team and then the Commanders.
Yeah, it's all bad. I ain't gonna lie.
It's all it's all good. though. It's all good.
Good.
Yeah,
But yeah, congrats to the Washington Commanders, man. Curtis
Big
Wilkinson,
one.
man. Yeah, I'm talking to your team, bro. But anyways, also Tampa Bay, man, 2 wins in a row, bro. What you think about that?
Brady getting hot?
Is he getting hot?
Is he? They're figuring it out.
Is it
and they're
time?
getting healthy and they're figuring it out.
Previously,
Healthy.
previously Aaron Rodgers and Brady had the 4-game rule. Now they're a little older. Now it's the 8-game rule where they like first 8 games they don't care, but they about to just
Light it up.
light it up
Down
for
in-
the rest of the season. Is that what's
That's
going
funny.
on there?
It could be. I never count Brady out, and I'm not counting Aaron out. But
Yeah.
I would never count Brady out as long as he is donning a huddle
Yep.
and calling plays
Yep.
and throwing that thing. And so I think They have the potential to go on a run and go deep.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, they
Always.
do, bro. And
Getting his head in the game.
Leonard Fournette got hurt. He scored a touchdown for me though in fantasy, but now I got to replace him. How's
We
your
gotta-
fantasy squad doing this year?
We all right. I played 2 guys that was on the bye last week.
Yeah?
So it didn't work
Oh,
out
yeah, that's-
very well. They
You didn't pay
got
attention
no
lined up
points.
midweek. You
Yeah,
forgot to check it.
I did.
Yeah, bro, it's all good.
They ain't get
It's
no
all
points.
good.
So
And we didn't even mention
took that L.
Christian Watson in Green Bay. Man, that kid went off, bro. Like he's very awkward.
I was happy
but,
for that kid.
Yeah, it was good to see him. Do something.
He's gotten beat up a lot, rightfully so. Like, there's a lot of expectations. He was a first round receiver to Green Bay Packers. When you're a first rounder, obviously you got to show up.
Heavy
Very
expectations.
And you're
Show up.
expected to be
Yeah.
really good, really early.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure.
Yep.
Not necessarily unwarranted, but he didn't do very good in the beginning. And last night he had like a breakout game.
Yeah.
He scored 3
Three
touchdowns.
touchdowns.
Oh,
Three
wow.
tutties.
Yep.
That's what Gronk
100
calls
yards
it.
receiving. He had 88 yards receiving this for the entire season up until that game, and he had 107,
Yeah.
3 touchdowns.
wow.
So it was a really good,
It's
big
a
game.
huge
Man,
improvement.
This is huge.
speaking of Tampa Bay, have you seen Antonio Brown's latest interview?
I have not.
Oh my gosh, you gotta watch it, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like an hour and a half, bro, and the whole time it's just like. You're like, 'cause he's
Like,
just
what is he about to say?
Like,
What the fuck is he gonna
introduced
say?
him, he's like, nah, man. Like from the time they introduced me, he's like,
Off
man,
the-
they're like, y'all, you marginalizing me, dog. It's just all
The
you
way
did
you
was-
introduced-
he said, all you
you
did
just
was
said
my
my-
NFL career, dog. Like I'm a human, bro. You know what I'm saying? But like what he was
my
saying
God.
was like real. I understand where you're coming from.
Yes. Yeah.
But the guy interviewing, he's like, that's all I know about you, AB. He's like, nah, bro, you marginalizing me, dog. And that went on for
so
like 20
extra.
minutes, 30 minutes, bro. Like, you gotta watch
Really?
the interview, bro.
Okay.
You gotta, it's like
I will.
PBC or something like that. It's a great.
will.
It was great, man. So, moving on.
Sounds entertaining.
Very entertaining, very entertaining. So, who's on and who's off, right? This is one of our favorite.
I don't
And,
know.
and we're gonna go to who's off, like always first, because that's just fun to talk about, right?
What you got?
First of all, we'll start with the Super Bowl champion LA Rams. They're off right now. They are
Way off.
They are way off. I don't know if they're gonna ever get back on, especially with the injury of one Cooper Kupp.
Ugh.
He's on my
Super Bowl
fantasy
MVP.
team.
Oh, that hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah, they IR'd him.
yeah. So Cooper
Minimum
Kupp. If you
4
don't know
games.
Cooper Kupp is one of the most gifted Caucasian athletes at a skill position ever in the league. The guy,
Yep.
what was he like?
Ever.
How many catches? He had
Last
like
year?
120 catches or something last year.
Yeah,
Led the
so
league
he
by,
got
like,
Wow.
the
a lot,
triple
bro.
crown last year.
Playing wide
which meant
receiver.
of all the receivers in the league, he had the most catches, the most yards, and the most touchdowns.
Yes.
It was
Out of
incredible.
everybody in the league, like
Yeah.
Wow.
crazy. The kid is cold-blooded,
He
man.
cold.
And I'm sad because he was my leading receiver
Yep,
on my fantasy squad.
Yep.
He's injured right now. He's on IR.
yep.
He hurt his ankle,
Oh.
and he's not coming back anytime soon.
No, that's that high ankle. It looked
yeah,
bad.
yeah, that's
Oh.
not that's no bueno.
Those are not good.
Back to the
Okay.
music before we came in here. That's no bueno right there.
That's no bueno.
Yeah, man. So Cooper Kupp's injured. I don't think the Rams. They just don't. They're
They're
losing
out.
to everybody at this point. They
They're
lost to
out.
the Buccaneers. Right?
They're
It was
out.
brutal. So they're not doing very good. The Las Vegas Raiders.
Oof.
Oh my.
I had a lot of expectations too.
Yes, man. Yes. So you know about the Raiders, right?
Yeah.
You look like a Raider fan right now. Got your black beanie on. You know they don't wear beanies in
Indeed.
Cali, but Raider fans do.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah,
Right? What'd you say?
It says an alien, not a raider.
Yeah, no,
no doubt.
It could be.
Yeah,
Facts,
absolutely.
you know that aliens
Vegas.
out there.
You know what I'm saying? We were right outside.
Yeah,
Could be anything.
base out there?
Could be anything.
Was that base out there?
57.
Is that, yeah, that's how it sounds. 751, right? Yeah, exactly. Boom.
Area 57 is the lesser known.
Oh, it's
51.
51?
Is that it? 51. You know what I'm talking about.
There it is.
Area 57
No, it's
That's Heinz.
My bad.
That's
That's
Heinz.
where
Hey, my bad ass.
No, that's
I
Heinz.
NDA about the real 57. I didn't expose that one right there. But I told y'all about the real one.
one.
My bad, my bad. So Area 51. That's
If we don't see him tomorrow, we know what happened.
You told me about it.
that Heinz 51 go hard though. On my
Oh,
side.
no.
Yeah.
But
Boy, it's stupid.
anyways.
The
Yeah,
Raiders.
so the Raiders, you know, it's so bad. The quarterback cried after the game. He had a TO moment.
He did have a TL moment.
Derek Carr,
Yep. Okay.
I love that kid too, man. But they got to get rid of Josh McDaniel. I can't believe he wasn't fired yesterday. You know what I mean? Like this kid is like, for his last. I don't know. Like his record as a head coach is so bad.
It's so bad.
You know, and the Raiders made the playoffs last year. And there was high expectations coming into this one, but you know.
Yeah. And they didn't do it. They didn't turn over the roster really.
No, they didn't do it.
They built a nice roster.
They didn't do
actually.
much. They didn't do much.
They added a couple pieces that made sense.
Yeah.
And the results are far.
Yeah. It's bad.
It's bad.
They look like they don't even know each other out there,
Yep.
which is weird.
Yep.
So that's just how bad the coaching is. So who's hot and who's on right now? We'll start with the New York Giants. And surprisingly,
Who has been on?
yeah, they've been on. They're still second place to the Eagles right now, but they're what, like 7-2 at this point?
Yep.
Right? Saquon Barkley is having a revitalized season after his
he's
injuries.
Saquon. Yeah.
Right? Daniel Jones, they're calling him Baby Lamar Jackson.
I mean, his runs late in games are sealing games.
Yeah, and he ran 22 miles an hour last year.
He hit 22, bro.
Hey, that's what you do when you're scared.
And then he
You know what I mean?
fell down. Yeah.
He fell down.
Fell
Real
down.
quick. Oh, I can run 22. I didn't realize.
Man, oh, this
He
is
was
awesome.
not drafted as a running quarterback.
No.
But he got up out
He
of
was
there.
rolling.
You know, when you got them big Grizzlies running after you, dog.
Yeah, he was rolling. Yeah.
And then the Kansas City Chiefs, okay, like they're just like a, you know, everybody expects it, but I'm gonna go ahead and call it out, you know. And it's funny because these two had a transaction that took place that I think is gonna trouble the rest of the league. There's a young man by the name of Kadarius Toney that
Boy.
he was a first round draft pick to the Giants last year.
That's right.
Yeah, he's one of those crazy Florida boys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, he can be out
Might
there a
not
little
be
bit.
all the way there, you
No
know. But the guy is like uber
Yeah,
talented.
he's box office.
Like
he's the
guy,
real deal.
Yeah, like crazy talent. Like as soon as
I
I,
couldn't
saw that
believe it.
trade,
I couldn't believe it.
as soon as I saw that trade, I'm in 3 different leagues. I picked him up immediately.
Oh, that's a good move.
Like everybody was like, "What is this dude doing?" But I picked him up in all of my
That's a
leagues,
good
and I'm
move.
glad I did, bro.
That's a good move.
Because that guy is just special.
He's
you
an,
know?
yeah,
special
he's
talent.
awesome.
And Pat
He's the number
Mahomes
one.
found a new weapon.
He's the number one on that team.
Absolutely, he
Like,
is.
period.
Yeah, he is Tyreek, and he might be more dangerous than Tyreek.
He
is
definitely
crazy.
he most sudden.
Yeah,
He not more
fast, straight
like
ahead.
nah.
He can't get. He
But
get
his suddenness,
Yes.
he is, bro.
he
Yep.
is. He's one of those. He's
Yeah,
always
that,
open.
but he's open
Always open.
because he got that
what
shifty
Dak
sudden.
needs.
Like nobody, you don't know which way he gonna go.
Somebody-
Like, all right,
we
he
need
going
to
left,
do
or he going right.
Oh, well, see, that wouldn't work.
Y'all had that.
Not right in the
His
right
name was
spot.
Amari Cooper, and then
Exactly, and they let him
They
go.
let him go.
But they got him because they said that Dez wasn't a good route.
oh, yeah, about
Anyway.
that. Uh-huh.
That we're just gonna leave that alone.
You okay? But yeah, KC streaking.
But yeah,
Kadarius, great move.
great move by those guys.
Rich gets richer.
Oh my gosh, and nobody said anything about it when it took place.
Mhm.
Like, man, this is a problem, y'all.
Yep.
So do we see KC back in the Super Bowl?
Absolutely. With that move, yes, I do.
With that
Good
move,
chance.
And the defense is
they
playing
might
pretty,
be
pretty dang good
Baltimore
as well.
Ravens. They might beat the Ravens with that move,
Yeah.
but not likely.
Oh man. Hey, So,
Not
I
likely.
don't know if you know, but Mark played with the Baltimore Ravens, so we call this.
So
is
you
what we
repping
call-
Ravens today?
Yeah.
It's awesome. Black and purple.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
what we call.
I did that on purpose.
That's what,
Nice.
that's what the bruises of their enemies look like.
I'm a homer.
Yes, love it.
I'm a total
I
homer.
love it.
Actually, you're not a total homer because you're part boomer.
Indeed.
You know what I mean? So,
Indeed.
Moving on.
Same.
Go ahead and move over to OU.
Same.
Part boomer.
Yep.
You part boomer too?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
right here.
Okay.
Right. Boom.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Right here.
Old soul, you know.
Boom.
It's one of those seasons right now, Mark. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was a bit expected from you. Some ups and some downs.
Yeah.
Really, not too much consistency because it's just not that. That's not expected during a season like this. You would like to see a little trajectory. You'll probably see that in the bowl game if they get to a bowl game. I'm pretty sure they will.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Yeah.
when you really get to see what next year is kind of going to look like, minus the new recruits coming in.
Right.
But did you get a chance to watch that game against West Virginia?
Yeah. Quite a bit. Hard to watch.
Yeah.
It's been hard to watch lately.
Yeah. What
But
is
yeah,
it?
I didn't expect the lows to be that low.
Yeah.
I didn't expect highs to be, college football playoff or anything like that.
Yeah.
But competing for a Big 12 championship.
Yeah.
I feel like we had enough of a roster to put guys in place and in the Big 12 and compete and be in position to potentially win a Big 12 championship.
Yeah.
Where we're at today is I'm at a loss of words,
Yeah.
like for the most part. But what I do see is a lot of what we're doing from an alignment perspective, like scheme-wise, I'm okay with that. Like, we're getting beat by dudes. Like,
Yeah.
like our dudes are not winning their matchups.
Gotcha.
Like, they're actually getting just, that guy's beating
Dominated
you.
the
You're
guy
getting
across
beat by
from
that guy.
him.
Like, I mean,
and that's something we're not accustomed to seeing in OU.
at all. Like
Yeah.
that's pretty embarrassing to
Yeah.
know that it's OU. The ability to recruit and get guys in there that, apart from whatever we roll out there being awesome, like our offense could be a terrible play call. Our defense could be a horrible, like you can call terrible defense, terrible offense, but what you do got is some dudes that's gonna make plays because they're just dudes. Like, they're good. We've known to have that.
Yeah.
And today is not there. There's a guy, Eric Gray, who
Yep.
I alluded to
Yep.
on offense. Like, he's been a dude.
He scored a touchdown.
He's been a dude. Like, he's been making plays,
Yeah.
making people miss, just making plays. Like,
Yeah.
and that's, we're accustomed to that. We got a couple of linemen doing well. Our defense, I think we're struggling in that regard. Like, we need some guys. Like, we got,
Yeah.
I would say Billy Bowman's great. I think he has a lot of upside. The young Connect, I think once he has a lot of upside.
Yeah.
In the D line, I struggle. I think Stutzman, kind of being our cheetah hybrid guy,
Yeah.
is a great, like, he's in a great spot. I think he does great, but I think we're struggling to have, like, the guys that put their hand in the dirt
Yeah. And that's what matters.
show up, like, period. And that, at the end of the day, is the name of the game. Like, the big guys on offense, the offensive line, and the defense, the big dudes,
Yeah, in the trenches.
they determine the game. Like, they
Call that
really
the
do
trenches.
determine the game.
Yeah.
It's that player versus player.
Is
That
is mano
PvP.
y mano.
You know?
It's
It's a PvP.
That's right.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of
1v1
defenses out
Yeah,
there
right now.
1v1, not match up
defenses
right.
out there that can get
Yeah.
to the quarterback with only 4 of them.
with 4 of them.
And
Consistently.
evidently that's not happening.
And that don't happen in Norman.
Yeah, not right now.
So, I mean, I think it's a name of, like, I was saying, like, you upgrade by personnel. You go get people who can do things that you need them to do based
Yeah.
on what your scheme is. We're there, and so we have to find the diamonds, and, like, whoever is our dudes going into next year, we got to find them here for the rest of the season.
Yep.
And then,
Build on that.
go into the transfer portal and, our recruiting class, and we got to knock it out the park.
Yeah.
Because we cannot
Yeah.
go into another season where we're 5-5 at any point, like close to 500. Like,
Yeah.
we cannot. Like,
That's not
we
that's
cannot.
not OU
Not at
football.
OU. Like, you can't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
that you can't do.
Are they 5-5 right now?
We're fine. Yeah.
And you need one more to get to a bowl game,
One
right?
more. Yeah. And it's
Oof. And how many more y'all have? Like 2 or 3?
we got OSU, Tech.
Ooh,
Oh, I
those
know.
are both gonna be tough.
Tough.
Yeah, man.
OSU doesn't have Spencer, so
Yeah.
gives us a chance, whatever, somewhat, but it's still gonna be tough because we're not elite. Neither are they, so it's bad. It'll be a true battling game.
For sure. So
It'll be battling.
I got a question. So if you're the coach of this OU football team right now,
Yeah.
5-5 right now, knowing that I'm not playing for Big 12 championship, it's gonna be rough.
Certainly.
And Savannah, I know you know how this feels.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, being in the locker room that feels this way.
Exactly.
It's
Team.
hard to come to practice at times. You know what I mean?
Find motivation.
What is your message to the team?
Oh, this is everybody's playing. Everybody here is playing for a position. Like, nobody's guaranteed anything.
Nobody.
Nobody's
Not even
guaranteed
Aaron-
anything.
not even Mr.
I might
Gray?
take names off the jersey. I don't know. Nobody's guaranteed anything.
Is Mr. Gray guaranteed a position?
Mr. Gray
Yeah.
will continue to start. But my message
He's a superstar.
is nobody's guaranteed
Yeah.
anything. So although he's going to start in our
still gotta
coaches
work.
meeting, he got to work.
Yep.
You still got work to do, and
Yeah.
that I think our group going in, I remember that being the case. It was like, I know you're a junior or a senior and you're starting, but like a freshman can and will take your place.
Yeah.
If you are not doing what we need you to do.
Do not get comfortable.
And it happened, like in multiple occasions. It happened. Like I was a rusher. I took a senior spot.
Wow.
So, and I know, that
You were a redshirt?
happens. I was a redshirt freshman, and I started starting
Oh my
in like
gosh.
third or fourth game.
Yeah, Stoop didn't care.
No, winning.
Exactly. That's
And
all that
I'm going to
matters.
put the guys out there that I trust, and I know they're going to make fucking plays.
Yeah.
And so the message is nobody has a spot. Like, we're at this point going forward, everybody needs to put in work and grind, and you're playing for you.
Yeah.
You're playing for this university, but you're playing for you. You're going to have to step up and make some plays and show us that you're one of our guys.
Hey,
Like,
does that mean there's some scholarships that might be on the line?
I don't know how that works. I don't know, what the new...
Because these aren't
reg-
4-year
like,
deals, are they? You know?
Absolutely. I mean, they are. And
They-
so,
yeah.
but I mean, to that point, is it like, hey, thanks, Jack Brewer, you were great, but Sergio over here,
Yeah.
I'm going with him this week.
And are you mentioning the transfer portal to any of these guys? Because
I'm not saying nothing.
Because that
I'm
guy
not
in
saying
West
nothing
Virginia
about-
said something to me after the game about coming to Oklahoma.
Right.
And,
I'm not saying nothing.
and he's a dang good DN.
Don't matter. Like the only thing that matters is the challenge to the individual.
Yeah,
like
man.
this is to the individual. The team
Yeah.
is built of individuals.
Yeah.
Plays are made by individuals.
Do your job.
We will put you in, we will do our best to put you in position to make a play.
Yeah.
But you got to make you got to make a play.
You have to earn your jersey every second of
Yeah.
every game.
That is great.
Yeah.
Well
What they,
put.
what
I
they
get
say,
it.
play for the name on the front of your jersey, not the one on the back.
Man.
Just know that anybody could take your spot.
Both.
Both.
Both. Right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Both.
Yes, sir.
Because the one on the back
That's
can be
family.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be
Exactly.
gone. Like
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
you're
man.
not wearing
That's-
it. But no, that message is challenging the guys.
Yeah.
And really open it up to players that haven't played or young or whatever to actually get some time.
Does it look like BV's losing the guys?
I don't feel that. No.
Okay.
I don't feel that. And I haven't heard that either. But I don't
They're
feel
just not
that
guys.
in what I'm looking. They're just not guys. Like
Got you.
I mean, across the board,
Yeah.
not guys.
So BV is really playing with the leftovers of one Lincoln Riley that did a horrible job recruiting and developing guys.
He's playing with Lincoln's guys.
Yeah.
He is.
Lincoln did a great job recruiting quarterbacks, recruiting receivers,
Offense.
right? That's it. But
We got
defense
some
is
O-line.
where
We got a top 5 O-line. I mean, top 5 tackle right now.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna have I think we're gonna have guys that offensively for sure. Like and we do. Defense definitely needs an overhaul.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it just does, man. And
We thought they figured it out when they let go of the 3 down linemen, but it sounded like they need 11 down linemen and then some DBs and some linebackers. And that's not legal.
It's tough. It ain't legal.
It ain't legal, but it's all good.
It's all good. We'll get there. I believe that
Yep.
firmly. We'll get there. But just what I'm looking at, it's partly. I'm not crazy over like we're in the wrong scheme. They're not putting guys in position.
Yeah.
It's more so
The guys
our
just
guys are not making plays.
Yeah.
They're
in position and getting beat.
going in the wrong gap. They're getting blown out of their gap. Like
Yeah.
it's yeah. And so it's dude.
That's,
a dude thing.
It's all good. We knew it was going to be a up and down season though. So
With it.
expectations are everything. And as long as you didn't think they were going to go undefeated, you shouldn't be disappointed in calling for the coach's head right now.
Right.
You know, it is, set the proper expectations if you're an OU fan and
And ride it out.
ride it out,
We'll
man.
support.
Ride it
Show
out.
up to the game still, support your guy.
Just like
I'm,
the team, man.
I'm in there.
You got to come to work.
I'm supporting my team.
Yeah,
the work,
showing
baby.
up has to be a big part of it. How else do you motivate somebody when they keep losing?
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's hard.
Especially games they're supposed to win or, theoretically supposed to win.
Yeah.
yeah.
How many losing speeches can you get? Like,
Yeah.
What they?
Yeah.
It's like what's that catalyst? What's that thing that turns it around? That like
That's when the
That'll-
coach. That's
Yeah.
when the coaches don't talk.
Yeah.
And that's the worst thing.
oh no.
It's like
So,
the
all
coach.
right.
Hey, they say as long as the
All
coach
right,
is
hit the
saying
showers.
something, as long as the coach is coaching,
I'll see y'all Monday.
you're good. But as soon as he shuts up, bro,
Yeah.
you better start making plans.
Back.
The worst, the bet. As long as if they're bitching at you,
Yep.
they're,
good.
They're
You're
giving you
good.
shit.
They believe
you're
in
still
you.
good.
Yep.
Then you can do
They're
it.
trying to get you out.
Yep.
Pull out the best of you. as soon as they stop.
Yep, they don't believe anymore. Ain't worth your breath. Ain't worth their breath anymore. So, moving on. Week 8 winners and losers.
So just throw this out there.
Yeah.
This past week, I got a chance to hang out with some high-level cooks from the Coast Guard, chefs.
From the Coast Guard?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. The reason I mention that now is because they made sure that I knew that Navy got beat.
Yeah, buddy. And you know who beat them? Those
Your
Fighting
old buddy.
Irish. You know? Mm-hmm. Let's go. So Notre Dame went out.
They're doing all right.
We jumped on. And then Navy, they did what they did. They fought back, and I was proud of the Navy. That's what I expect our military guys to do. Is fight, But they came up short. Notre Dame beat them 35 to 30 or 37-35. It was a good game. Well, not really, but it got intense towards the end. Mm-hmm. It was cool. Our running backs are just really dominant. I'm sorry, it's 35 to 32. Let me run that back. But the running backs are just like really good, man. I don't know if y'all noticed. They got a Diggs, cousins of the Diggs. One of the Diggs boys in the backfield. Number 3. Don't know his first name.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't matter.
That's
And
another
I still don't know number 7's name. He's got a very unique name. I don't know it.
Yep.
But the guy's like the little bust, bro. Like Lil Jerome Bettis. And he's going to go play in the NFL.
Yep.
Like, period.
Definitely.
We got a running back in the league right now. A couple of them, actually. But very proud of Indy. Anyways, I'm going to just keep moving on. TCU went out, handled business against Texas this week. So I think, man, I'm kind of wondering if the Big 12's like, hey, man, we're just going to lose to TCU. So we got a chance to be in the championship. Let's make this deal real quick. You know what I mean? Do things like that happen?
A deal? I don't know.
It's a Big 12
Really?
deal. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, you can throw it out there. There's, number of things.
I'm just
When
wondering.
Vegas,
There's no
when
one
Vegas, when Vegas,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I did see that someone said I saw a video about the Cowboys and the Packers. Been a whole Vegas situation in that game.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Yeah, so Cowboys.
I don't know.
If they would have
That's
scored
that Area 57 stuff.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
weird flags in that first series of overtime, the Cowboys would have covered the spread. But since they got those flags, they couldn't. And anyways, I don't know if I believe all that, but it's out there, right? But anywho, Texas went out and lost to TCU.
Was that the only Texas football team that won this week?
Possibly. And like Jarvis
Against
or
another
somebody.
Texas team. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
it would be.
barely counts.
And
A&M, like, it's just,
they're out of there.
I don't know what happened, man. They just too busy getting NIL deals. They forgot to play football.
For real.
Yeah, man. Like
That's when NIL goes wrong.
That's exactly.
It's bad.
Bad situation.
And they got locker room issues, and that's bad.
Cause they all got bread, dog.
Yeah,
They all
okay.
breaded up, and they just like, yeah, I already got my money, dog. I'm good. I invested.
It's NIL.
I invested.
Name, image, likeness deals. And so you used to couldn't get paid for anything in college, but now with the NIL
Brand deals.
deal, you can collect checks. And so players are getting paid.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Quite
no, yeah,
Nice.
And that can lead to laziness
yeah,
Yep.
once you already got the check, right?
Yeah.
That's good for NFL guys because they already know, okay, this guy's not gonna play once we pay him.
Yeah.
Stay away from A&M, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. True.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so, and then also Oregon lost. Number 6 Oregon went out and lost to Washington. Just, top 10 teams losing. That's a big deal. Shakes things up a little bit. And, of course, we got to do our weekly Jackson State update. Jackson State went out and beat Alabama A&M this weekend pretty handily, 27-13. Not as bad as they have been beating teams, but they got on it. Got that dub. Also, Shiloh Sanders, Deion's son, was injured in that game. So hopefully he'll be all right. Boy got crushed on a play, bro. Like, he should have slid. He tried to just
He's trying to
put his head in there and then
yeah,
he got sandwiched,
dejected.
bro. It's college football, and those boys hit it hard. It's not quite NFL hard hits, but they still hit
They
hard
hard.
in college, bro.
Oh, yeah.
They still hit hard in college. So, moving on to the NBA, we have a team here in Dallas that we all love and respect very much. There's one particular player that everybody's crazy about, and his name is Luka.
Right.
man.
Yep.
Luka Doncic went off again. He has like, if he only played the Clippers forever, like he would be like first ballot Hall of Fame for dang show. And might be the highest point scorer ever in the history of the league. He only played the Clippers.
Just
They would just
Clippers.
balls out against the Clippers every time. The Mavericks. Woo!
Hello.
You're right.
It's the
You put my throat. The Mavericks went off last night in the fourth quarter.
yeah.
Right.
Bullock, I still don't know his first name. The dude did crazy here.
Yep.
Right.
Bullock. He's streaky.
Dude, man, scored 13 points,
Yeah.
right, in the fourth quarter to help him win this game. Mavericks were up by like 20 for most of this game.
Yep.
Right? And then also Finney Smith hit 7 3-pointers.
Man,
Like, you talk about a
crazy.
guy that works. Finney Smith was
That's
not
crazy.
shooting threes when he got into the league.
Here
This
and there.
dude was like,
He
he
wasn't
was
hitting
an
like that.
enforcer, bro. He was like a Dennis Rodman type cat.
Right.
Getting rebounds, just making sure we could keep possession of the ball.
Right.
And this guy, and you put him on any of those wings, and that he's bound to bust. Like, he's gonna get that bucket, you know. And the guy is really reliable at this point, man. He's really good.
Yep.
And that kind of leads me into my next question: who watches NBA before Christmas?
That's a good question. You could look at the ratings, but I'm sure they're nowhere close.
Other than Savannah,
Oh,
Yo,
every time it's on.
you know, every time
Every
it's on, she watches
time
the
it's
game.
on.
That's why
That's
you
it.
had to tell us about, give us this analysis. But I'm gonna just let you take a break for a
All
second.
right, thank
Your
you.
mind's running just wild.
Right.
Thank you.
But yeah, so you know, the NBA is just like, you know, it's fantastic. But who pays attention before Christmas? Like, straight up.
not a lot of people.
Yeah, I've had several Mavericks games on in my house, and just like not even watching, bro. Like just while I work, just so I can hear. Just because I got ballads and they got subscriptions each year, and I couldn't get a ballad subscription last year
Right.
because it's only through DirecTV, and I'm just happy.
I'm just happy.
I'm just happy.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
feel you. I'm Christmas and
Yeah,
summer. You know,
That's it.
Right before playoffs.
that's it. Bro.
That's-
That's it, man. That's all good. And last sports topic of the day. This is kind of sad. UFC. Adesanya got TKO'd this week.
What?
Did y'all see that?
Yeah,
Oh my goodness, you saw that?
I did.
Oh wow.
Gosh, bro.
It was bad.
All right. So Adesanya used to kickbox.
Yep.
This gentleman that he fought for the first time in UFC beat him twice kickboxing. Right. First time it was by decision.
Okay.
Second time just straight knocked him out. And he uses the same strategy every time. Right, style bender, like likes to keep his distance. Yeah, bro. He likes to keep his distance, and you know when he keeps his distance, he was winning the whole fight.
Okay.
But Pereira,
Yep.
Pereira, bro. The guy like he just bull rushes him, and he's got this left hook that he's knocked out quite a few gentlemen with, and
He got tired of getting kicked.
Yeah.
he got him. But I mean, he's good with his feet too.
He learned the strat.
But his left hook, and he just rushed him.
Took him third try.
Yeah, he rushed him, and I'm talking. I put the combination of punches on the screen. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I'm talking. Adesanya, they TKO'd him against the wall. Like he rushed him to where he had nowhere to go.
Gotcha.
Right, and if he tried to go right, he was coming. If he tried to
Yeah,
go
go
left,
left.
like
Well-
he was just throwing those bombs on him, and he took him out, bro, with those hands against the wall, bro. And Adesanya couldn't even defend himself.
Wow.
He was just getting lit, like his lips were like Homer Simpson. You know, lips and spit, dog, just everywhere. So,
Wow.
that was sad to see.
Wow.
You gotta do it.
That's tough.
Once you get the first solid one in,
Yeah, man.
it's real hard to come back.
Yeah. Now the fifth, like he got knocked a TKO in the 5th round, so he lasted that whole time, and he couldn't run no more.
Like,
Right.
does he normally go long? He doesn't normally go long.
Adesanya, he's gone long. He's gone the whole fight a few times, but he knocked some dudes out before.
Adesanya? He's had his fair share of knockout.
Yeah, he will knock you out.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see that John Jones is training right now for the heavyweight division.
That's gonna be great.
He is up to 252, 253 pounds right now.
Okay.
and he's just been eating.
That's like
you
actual
know,
heavyweight.
I can't wait.
yeah, he was like.
I will watch that one.
Before. Yeah,
I
bro.
can't wait to see him
And,
again.
you know,
He was awesome,
The
bro.
dude was crazy. Like he was like, I was on cocaine and I beat you, and he started
Right.
laughing.
Right.
He started laughing at him. Dog.
Right.
Bro, like,
Right.
get out of here, dog.
Right.
You know? But you know, he wants to take on what's the big African dude? I can't think of his name right now, but he wants to fight the big African dude. That's
Okay.
the heavyweight champ right now.
Okay. I know you're talking about.
Jones, man,
It's
you
like
know.
Ngannou or
Yeah,
Ngannou. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
He wants to take on that dude, and that
Yep.
would be a heck of a fight. I don't
It
think
would be.
Ngannou wants anything to do with Bones, bro.
Nah, bro.
Bones is
Them
dude.
kicks, bro.
Oh, dude, bro.
Doc, kicks are
he's
crazy.
Like, they say his IQ is like equivalent to like LeBron in basketball. Like he's like the best IQ in MMA. So
Yep. Yep.
yeah, look forward to that.
Look forward to it.
Adesanya, man, come back, man. You gotta. Hey, fourth time's a charm, dog. It's all good, bro. You know, it's only the second time in UFC, but. Anyways, on the Tech Talk, this is my favorite part of the show. I know I
Yep.
went in, but Jay, what you got for us today, bro?
There's so much going on.
Is it?
There's a lot. Like I have a whole page.
Oh man.
I grant you, is a squished up, leftover ghetto page, but it's a whole page.
Yeah, it's all good.
So we got one big thing that we will.
Hold on. Let's transition.
Okay, we gotta do our transition. Wait for it.
Oh, the Phillies lost the World Series. Anyways,
Is anybody watching?
I know.
if they were, they
About
got the message.
yeah. The salt on the ticker.
Got the message.
Okay, so one thing before we talk about the, I guess the big news, I saw that Facebook, Meta, whatever they're calling themselves today, you know, Mark Zuckerberg's pet project.
Zuckerberg and them.
Yeah, Zuckerberg and Company is laying off 11,000 people
It's a lot of people.
because it turns out that nobody gives a fuck about his metaverse. As it turns out. Who would have
As
thought
it turns out.
that a terrible interface with terrible avatars is...
So they shutting it down?
They're not going to shut it down because it's
No.
a baby.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's an ugly baby, but it's a baby.
it's because they need the balance sheet to look better.
There because we didn't have that idea before he did, but
Yeah. I'm kind of
I'm
happy.
not saying it because
We absolutely had that idea, and we reached out to him. Instead of
Man.
calling 11,000, he could have called 5.
right, right. But anyway, we could have got to the right 11,000.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Well, they want the numbers to look good at the end of the year.
yeah, right.
Exactly.
Right.
And that third quarter, you better watch out because Boston gonna throw them 4 up, and they gonna win. They gonna win in that fourth quarter.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Off with their heads.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the tough part.
That's the only sport
Being public.
where you always win by getting rid of your best players.
Exactly.
It's
I'm
crazy.
sure how that works, but
Welcome to corporate America.
yeah.
Bottom
and,
line.
You know, there's a lot of layoffs going on in the
Oh, yeah.
world right now. Have been already. Like,
Yep.
It's been going on for months now. And a lot of people are realizing that just because they give you free lunches and massages does not mean you have job security.
Yep. Hey, call me. We got some entrepreneurial activities to
Man.
give you. Straight. Yeah.
So yeah. Who Amazon is in the same.
Amazon is looking
What
at
are they?
layoffs. I don't think we have any numbers on
It's like
what they're looking
around
at,
the same.
but it's a lot. Yeah.
Which is weird before the holiday
got-
season because usually they're picking up.
I honestly don't think they're going to lay off that side of things, like delivery.
Delivery,
will probably
yeah.
be fine at least through the holidays.
Yeah.
because-
Yeah.
Well,
But,
because they're going out and hiring entrepreneurs and not even hiring them, but just
Stealing from them.
project-based work.
Stealing from them.
Yeah, project-based work.
Project based work.
Guys
Yeah.
that can come and get the job
Contracts.
done.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah.
which-
affect the bottom line.
Right, and that's fine because I'm one of those guys. I'm totally fine with that.
Thank you. You know.
But I think what a lot of people are realizing is that finally is that this is not. We don't live in that world anymore. We don't live in that world where you work for the same company for 20 years or 30 years.
Oh man, I want a permanent job.
Right,
Right. No.
right.
You talking temporary?
You better make sure you
Yeah.
have some permanent skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You better make sure you like low dollar
Right.
on your permanent job. You know what
You're
I'm
in a
saying?
trade
Like
or-
your value.
Right. Well, I mean,
Look how
and
good
like
you are.
even
You got to be valued.
even if you've got
Yeah. To the
skills,
business. Yeah.
you get to a certain point in your career that like you are so valuable, like you almost have valued yourself out of the market.
Yeah, but I'm saying value is in you're cheap and you do good work.
Right. Well, yeah.
You
but
do
like,
great work. and you're cheap. And that's considered value. Otherwise, if you're actually paid,
You don't get those guys.
you're gonna get treated like the MLB treats their people, bro. Like if you're 10 years in the league and you're great, but you demand $100 million contract, I'm gonna go get that 18, 19-year-old.
There's not that many people pulling $800 million contracts.
Well,
Right, relative
well,
to
100,000.
I can
right, 100,000. There you go.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll go get that $60,000 kid over here instead of
Right.
paying $1,000 people.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And there's and there are some good shows there, and there still are a lot,
Yeah.
but there's not as many as there are people with that level of skill, or at least at that level of experience.
for sure. I mean, it was crazy to me to see. Like,
But like you alluded to, at the end of the quarter, the end of the year, they still have deadlines they have to meet. They still have projects.
Oh, yeah,
they have
for
to
sure.
Deliver. So where do they get those people to? Once they've hired the cheap guys and found out they can't deliver, where do they get the skill to fill that in? Well, they go
1099.
They 1099 to the same people they just let go, or they crisscross because
No
of
doubt.
some stupid agreement that says you can't. And they're paying just as much or more
Yeah.
Yep.
for the same people to.
But to actually get something delivered.
So like that's what I'm saying is like.
But it's
to me,
okay.
Like I'm kind of okay with that because
Absolutely.
in the long term
Yeah, you're going to benefit.
I'm going to benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that in and of itself is another skill set that a lot of tech people never got because you started computer science or data science or computer, electrical engineering or whatever. You take that track. You're heavy on math. You're heavy on theory, and you're really good with that kind of stuff. Then you spend a career heavy on math, heavy on theory, lots of programming, lots of typing in stuff on the keyboard. Not a lot of
Business.
handshaking, networking, getting to know the decision makers. Not a lot of learning the language of business, and how to ask for things and how to get things. So then, 10 years, 15, 20 years down the road, you got tons of skills and no way to market them.
Yep.
So that's, and that's another thing, like something I struggle with myself. Like it's how do
Yep.
how do you get that out there and let people know, not only am I available, have skills, and know how to get
I
things
can get it done.
It's like
Yep.
it's no longer like a world that's suited towards masters. It's the jack of all trades. You
Absolutely.
have to be able to like be even keel across the
Right.
board because it's such an oversaturated market of people who are willing to work and who are able to go to YouTube University and get this set of skills or this set of skills and this set of skills.
That's the thing. Is like there's so many things that if you have a certain amount or certain types of experience that you can transfer
Right.
that to something new.
Or even new
And
industries.
right.
You
Those people who have transferable skills or transferable patterns of skills, like can jump from one thing to the other, but you still have to understand the system, the other side of the system. How do you market that? How do you get that knowledge?
See, to me, that's what I consider a master.
Right.
What's up?
But that's your skill set. Like,
Someone-
that is your skill set.
Yeah, someone that is very versatile,
Right.
right? That can do different things,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
In different areas, and master
Good at.
things, right? And not necessarily deep in everything, but enough. I know more than you about a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's what I consider to be a master.
And
Apply what you know to different areas.
Exactly.
And kind of do that.
Exactly.
yeah, and that's there's it's a,
But
it's an
in
interesting
tech,
problem.
it's very like it's like different languages that you have to know.
We
almost,
found a sport
right?
she knows something about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got there. She knew everything about sports. She was just like, hey, I'm gonna let these little
He'll let you
light work.
Light work. Like I don't even have to say nothing about that shit. I don't gotta say nothing.
Yeah, no, it's the tech world is like speaking different languages too.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, that's and there's even a book like what got you here won't get you there.
Yep.
Ooh, I like that.
It's totally true.
Yeah.
It's like to get to a certain level of mastery in the tech field, there's certain languages that you have to speak. Not even necessarily talking about programming languages, but like there's certain words and certain
Jargon.
ways of talking about things that you have to master. But that's not going to get you into the boardroom. It's not going to get you at the executive table. You've got to learn a whole different language, a whole different way of talking to people and communicating an idea. And like I've made a bit of a career out of translating between the two, but that even that is a different skill set from either one of the others. So
So who's at the front now? Which industry is the tight end? Which language is being spoken the most? What'd you say?
Well, there's being spoken the most
Mhm.
is probably data science, data engineering, and virtual reality / augmented reality. Which ones are actually doing stuff?
Yeah, like how the meta was the VR, the AR, the
Right.
stuff, and then
So
that
that's
fell
a
off. So
that's
it's
a
like
mix of back end and front end. That's a mix of
Right.
data as well as the user
Yeah.
experience, user interface, right? What
Really,
you're seeing, what comes out.
if I was to say, like, if my son was interested in technology as a career path, I would say go lean towards data engineering, because you're going to get enough data science that you can go that route later if you want to, but you've got all these other skill sets. But what I would also recommend to anybody starting out, take the first couple of years of college and take business classes,
Absolutely.
which is what he's doing.
Absolutely.
Take some business classes, learn how that world works,
Mhm.
get the basic, like it's like taking French 101 or whatever, like at least understand how it works a little bit, so that when you run into it again, you say, oh yeah, I remember that. Like I know what a WBS code is, because I took that in project management.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Instead of just being blindsided with stuff,
Yeah.
and you go into that meeting, you got that deer in the headlights look, which is what they
Right.
want. Like there's a certain type of person.
We call that a capitalist.
I wasn't being quite that broad with it.
Every
There
state
are-
has a capital.
Yeah, there's a certain level of people. There's a certain level of management that people tend to land in, where that they just become blockers.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the ways that they block you is by using a different language. than
Then you know.
they're
Yep.
weeding it out. They want to know
Right.
who
They
knows
want to
what.
see if you can.
Yeah.
Are you with me?
That's a human nature thing. That's not
Yeah.
that's nothing against specific job title or anything. Like we've done the same thing. We've done the same thing with racial stuff. We've done the same thing with women. We've done the same
Yep.
thing. Like that's a human nature thing.
Absolutely.
There's certain people who just have that natural propensity, and they may be nice people otherwise.
But
Like they may be people that you would like to sit down and talk to, but they've got that tendency when they're in that position.
we can't take you everywhere. Though.
Yeah, we're not gonna let you come in because you don't quite speak the same language.
Yeah.
We got the secret handshake, and if you don't know the secret handshake,
Got that finger
how
in
do you
there
learn-
tickling you,
how do
dog.
yeah. How do you learn the secret?
How to-
You know,
Handshake.
gotta get that. Is very.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But anyway,
It's actually the pinky, y'all.
speaking of
Oh, is that what they use?
secret
Gotta keep it
handshakes,
secret, you know.
speaking
That's how
of
the
people
Illuminati
who
do
had
it?
The secret handshake. SBF and FTX.
They had a secret handshake.
They had the secret handshake.
They definitely had the secret
He
handshake.
had the secret hand.
Oh,
Sam
yeah.
Bankman-Fried, started this little thing called FTX,
Oh yeah.
and some people might say that he had a very entrepreneurial outlook.
Yep.
Some people might say that it was what did you call it earlier?
Huh?
You said the word.
Oh, the P word. the Ponzi situation ish.
Tomato.
I know. Depends on how you look at it.
Just depends on the perspective.
From Sam's side or customer side. I don't-
So not only did the hack came first, right? Like
No, hack was on top of.
in addition to.
In addition to.
Right. So,
All right.
Can you break this down for us real quick?
So news hit the news Twitter
Hits that like FTX is
filing. Chapter 11.
massively overextended, like to the tune of orders of magnitude overextended. Like not just
I just want to say I saw a
not
shark
like-
on TV talking about how much money he just lost. some investments are bad.
Right.
Right. So, boy, you knew
But I'm gonna be all right. It won't happen to me again.
exactly,
Mr.
bro.
Wonderful.
Like, Mr. Wonderful, dog.
Yeah.
This isn't overextended. Like I may have went out to eat one too many times, and I'm a few dollars short on my bank account.
Yeah.
So the check might bounce.
It ain't that.
Like, this ain't that.
No.
I'm trying to.
This is like I went to Vinny and I borrowed $100,000. I put it all on National Velvet,
Yeah.
who lost.
Yeah.
That
Man.
kind of overextended.
That's crazy, dog.
Yeah.
So,
This is like the kneecaps get broken overextended.
Absolutely.
So what happened, bro?
Except
Like,
he's got the
because I know you
So
got
it
some,
was-
some insight on the whole. Not
Yeah,
insight.
I mean, I'm sure y'all remember all the news, FTX, the arena they did in Miami, the commercials with Steph, Tom Brady, like all of them. They were all over the place.
Just in advertising.
Oh, Super Bowl commercial. They had the Super Bowl commercial. They were all over, like killing. And then towards, I'd say about a month ago, they were like, hey,
F1 cars.
even absolutely. They were like, they're raising, or Sam or FTX, they're doing another raise. They're like, for what? Like,
Yeah.
what are they doing another raise for? And then apparently
Them commercials
they were like,
was
well,
too much.
the rumors started that they were they're over leveraged. Somebody should look into it. And then as that started, next thing that came was like CZ Binance or CZ of Binance was like, we're interested in coming in and, giving due diligence, helping FTX out.
So what happens when someone comes in? They gotta
They gotta look at the books. They gotta look at the books.
Let's step back.
We gotta look at the.
We just got through talking about that exclusive language.
Uh-huh.
You said
Leverage meaning, if I needed if I wanted $100, I need $100 to go and buy, I don't know, a gun. I'll come to you like, hey man, let me get $100. I'll let you hold this leather that came from Italy.
Right.
It has value.
Right.
I'll let you hold the leather. You let me get $100. This one I'm going to purchase is going to increase in value. I'll pay you that $100 back with interest. And I'll give my leather back. I'll pay you back. Yeah.
All right, bro. Like, give me 100,000. I'm gonna put it on Asheville. Vinny's like, nah, man. We played this game before.
Right.
All right, Vinny. I got a Lamborghini.
Even a Lamborghini is nice.
Right.
So what Sam and crew gave Vinny was not even a Lamborghini. It was like
Like a Hot Wheels.
I got fresh Monopoly dollars, bro. I got fresh, like green, yellow, and white papers for you, bro. Like fresh ones. They're crispy. Corners are nice. Like I'm gonna give you those, and you let me hold that 100,000,
It's like, no. These are euros. That's all different colors.
bro.
Oh my god.
And so the FTT token,
Boardwalk.
essentially stablecoin. All stablecoins for the most part are just created. Like we could create a stablecoin right now and say we got $1 million in stablecoins, and just is. FTT was like that. They just created a stablecoin for FTX.
That's why Mr. Wonderful was so hard about the stablecoin.
He was,
the stable
yeah, he was like, stablecoin regulation needs to be in place, blah, blah. And so FTX, obviously, they got the most FTT on the planet, and they're saying, hey, look at our exchange, look at our assets, look at all we got. Like we got Tom Brady, we got all this stuff, we got a state. We're like, obviously, we're good for it. We'll let you hold some of our token, and you give us real money that then we can go purchase. They went and acquired a bunch of stuff, invested, and it was something like 150 different entities that was up under FTX.
Wow.
Just crazy,
So they were holding
including other exchanges.
Yeah.
BlockFi, the tentacles ran deep from leveraging FTT, a fake, well, not fake, but in that regard, something, a stablecoin not backed by anything.
Crazy.
Not backed by
Whoa,
anything.
sounds like the dollar. Oh,
Whoa, wait, yeah, fractional reserve banking.
Sound
Sound familiar?
like the US dollar.
Although they're backed by an awesome money printer.
The full faith and trust.
After they didn't have the treasury printer at its back, and so
Or the faith and the trust.
They didn't have a milk.
yeah, and so somebody basically did like a bank run and was like they wanted to cash in on their FTT, and there was nothing there's nothing there.
Enough big fish.
And then they were like, man, anybody, and then you see stuff on Twitter like, man, I can't get my money out. Like they freezing the account, like they won't let me withdraw.
Yeah.
Like they shut down withdrawals because they have to pay this debt. And
So,
as that started to happen, then it started to unravel.
Yeah.
We're like, wait, they shut down withdrawals? Is yours shut down? Yeah, mine shut down. Oh, I can't. Man, is everybody withdraw? And then FTX had to issue a statement that said that they were shutting down withdrawals because of X. And then that's when Binance come into
Middle
the
of
into
Well,
the
yeah,
room.
so then we got Binance, and then in the middle of all this other stuff, there's a hack. And so somebody.
Well, that's after Binance says
So was
we're going to
this
do our
the
due
first-
diligence, and we will buy them out of their problem if due diligence checks out. And it did not check out, and they were like, "We are not going to be able
The
to."
worst thing you want to hear if you're
Yeah.
running a scheme.
Yep. And
The
then,
last thing
oh,
you
it was
want to
bad.
say.
And so he said, essentially, they said we're not going to move forward with our transaction with FTX.
What you
A
really
few
want
days
to-
later,
If
Hey,
your
so
FTX
that's-
is not due diligence, it's
Oh,
we
my
trust you
gosh.
guys.
exactly, which was what was happening because of the relationships at the top, which that's a
the
whole nother
purpose of,
layer.
like staking and things like that, right? Like there's nothing here, bro.
There really ain't nothing there. No, it's all.
Well,
It
that's-
really
yeah,
ain't.
they don't even have.
But it went
That's what I'm
from
saying. Like, but that is like to make sure that there's something there.
But they
of value, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
there's
that's
nothing
where, that's why Mr. Wonderful wants stablecoin regulation to be in place like yesterday,
Yeah.
rightfully so. But I was saying, like, it went from CZ's doing his due diligence to them backing off of the deal to a couple days later them filing for bankruptcy to a couple days later the exchange being hacked. And they're like, oh, 400 million, billion, million, 400 million worth of currency, cryptocurrency, different, currencies.
A couple of years ago, it would have been 400 billion.
Right. They got hacked. It's hacked. Yeah, somebody came in and more money disappears.
Which is possible. It's not the first time. It wouldn't be the first time.
It is possible, but the timing, yeah, exactly. It's like, really?
So, bro,
Yeah.
If I was there,
Anyway, yeah,
I
exactly.
would be very concerned.
is this the
about
first
that.
domino to fall to knock out the BS coins?
No, this is on the back. This is on the heels of Terra Luna,
Right.
Yep.
stable coin that went to zero.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be stable.
Yeah.
Clearly not stable. What is it backed by?
There's
It's on the
another
heels
one.
of
There's another
the
one.
library case
Yeah, the library case.
with the SEC.
Question
That was the L.
is not,
case.
Is this the beginning of it? Is this a tipping point?
Yeah,
Is this a tipping
I
point
think that's
that not even that the fake coins, the bullshit coins get called out, but is it going to go so far over the edge that even the ones that did have backing get shut down or
Yeah.
get
no.
dropped
No.
because-
Where utility will really start to matter.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, I think anybody who has moved with regulation in mind will be fine. I think this is the tipping point that will push government. We're last, like U.S. government. We're last when it comes to crypto regulation. Like
like
there's
Texas.
other countries that they're already set. Yeah, they know what's what. Yes, like we're last. We're the last. We're the last. Cog in the machine.
I have a question, and forgive my ignorance on the matter of the
Mm-hmm.
cryptos, but like if the actual currency
Mm-hmm.
has such low value point, do you think that there will be a point, or is there a possibility of there being a point in the future of having the value of crypto being something along the lines of data science and of information rather than of a solid
Yeah, whatever the currency it on its own is.
Yeah, like-
But yes, and so a lot of what Jay just spoke about, utility.
yeah.
And so as you start to dig into the space and you see different blockchains and their use cases, those are going to be the things that create the value for the actual currency
So
or
where does it
bridge
change
token.
between, like imaginary and then tangible.
Partnerships,
The dollar's
relationships.
imaginary.
To a certain
Facts.
extent, it doesn't.
That's
Right. Yeah, not
But
I mean, but
like the fallacy is that gold has inherent value.
Yep.
So like there's a lot of mostly old men with big neck beards who think that gold we should. Oh, it's all barter.
Yeah.
We need to go back to the gold.
Yep.
the
Yep.
silver coin.
Oh,
Well, that's
Oh yeah, nope. Nope.
that's like micro gold.
Right.
And they're I get where they're coming from. They're coming from a place of saying we want to go back to something that has some inherent value. the fallacy is that gold has any inherent value.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like gold as a metal, like it's useless for structural. It's too soft.
Mm-hmm.
Jewelry is nice, it's pretty, but it doesn't have any utility.
Nope.
And like it's.
But
you know,
cows, those have value.
Yes.
Just put
well,
that-
yeah. I mean,
It's bartering. It's
So-
all bartering
Right.
is,
Cow
is my
coin.
point. You know.
right. And so what we've always used: silver,
Mm.
gold, paper, electronic checks,
Mm-hmm.
beads, and those
Diamonds.
gigantic ass wheels that they had in the South Pacific. Like all of that has always been a stand-in for actual value.
Right.
So the actual value is, I have this cow, you have something else that I want, but you don't want a cow.
Yeah.
But Joe over here wants a cow, but he doesn't have anything I want. So Joe gets some beads or something or whatever, and says, you know what, I'm gonna give you these beads, and you can give them to him for his chickens, because I'm gonna get your cow with my beads. You're gonna give him beads for the chicken. I mean, that's what it is. It's always been a stand-in to allow us to pass things
Trade.
around.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shortcut. Because otherwise, we'd have to go negotiate all these little side deals. Like, you remember there used to be a story about like somebody has to get like something really small, like he has to get a nail for a shoe or something. I think I'm mixing up my stories. But like to get that, he has to go and do all these other side tasks to get this one little thing. So
Wait,
it
for
turns-
his wife, and then she ends up getting him something else, and like, is that the story you're talking about?
That was a movie.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no,
It's a
that was
proposal.
nursery
Right.
rhyme, and
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
She
that-
cuts her
it's-
hair
I think it
because
is.
she's trying to
Oh,
buy him something.
yeah,
and
yeah,
she's trying
yeah.
to get with a brush.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But
it's the same concept.
It's
though.
all
Yeah.
bartering in what we see as
Right.
valuable.
Right.
So
Right.
Yep.
all this stuff that we're doing with money, stock
NFTs, trading
exchange,
cards.
Yep.
like-
NFTs, yeah,
Well, there's
all
only
of this
two
is a
things that
stand-in
determine it.
for real value.
community.
Oh yeah.
But then
What-
backing it
what
with
are the two
relationships.
Yep.
But
The,
then you
the
can't
social
back that.
construct, like
It's
the
a social
Community.
contract.
and need
Yeah,
utility.
exactly.
Yeah.
Utility.
It only works.
So the
Is
community
a-
and the need.
Yep.
It only works.
Yep.
Has only worked. Whether it's beads, gold,
Mm-hmm.
dollars,
Name it.
euros, whatever. It's only worked as long as everybody believes in that particular medium of exchange.
The medium.
As long as everybody believes in it and believes that, well, the euro is going to be fine. Like, it's down right now, but it's going to come back.
Yeah.
I'm feeling better and better
The dollars-
about a
the dollars
particular
Yeah.
exchange, cryptocurrency. I'm feeling better and better about it
Yep.
every day.
Good.
Every time I see one of these things fall through, I'm like, I know there's utility,
Yep.
right? And I know there's a community
Yep.
behind it.
Yep.
Dogecoin?
Nope.
Oh God.
Nope, not those.
Oh God.
You know?
No.
XRP, right? I'm gonna talk to our community. All right? I'm gonna talk to the Noonish community out here. All right? If you're not on the XRP, figure it out by now. Right? We're talking about speed of transaction and cost of transaction.
Yeah.
Minimal. Right? We're talking cost is like 0.000000001 or something like that.
It's low.
And speed of transaction is like 4 seconds. In comparison, we ain't talking about no gas prices. We ain't talking about any other bull crap that comes with these other currencies. This is why I'm so chilled out and excited and constantly getting more,
Yep.
of this particular currency, bro.
Yep.
Like this is why the SEC has attacked this particular currency because it threatens the U.S. dollar, right? I'm just saying, I'm gonna call that out, bro. I'm
As a
gonna call it
side
out.
note,
But this is
these
not
statements
a.
have not been evaluated by the SEC.
Hey,
Should not be
and I am
constituted as
not.
financial advice.
And I'm not a financial advisor.
You
This
I'm
guy.
telling you what I'm doing because I.
This guy.
Just throw that out
I
there.
love
Yeah.
It's a hobby and I love to talk. Whatever.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
But I'm just saying.
Yep.
Like if this stuff doesn't like open your eyes a little bit, bro.
Yeah. I mean, if you
I mean, that's
if
not
you
the-
if there's
we have a stake in that.
there's a yeah. I mean, but if
It's not the only one, but it is. It's pretty solid,
if there's like a thing to kind of wrap your head around in terms of okay, crypto, what's the point? Blockchain, like what's the point?
Yeah.
Or what is the biggest role that it'll play in our lifetime that we'll see? It is the exchange of value.
Yeah.
Like it really is, because
Sending
Similar to
thousands of
email.
dollars to another country.
yeah,
Right
is
Well, I think the difference,
Yeah.
the difference there between
really right now.
what
Millions
That
of
doesn't
dollars
that can't happen.
right now.
But it's like the transformation from the postal service, like mail, to email
Right.
is where we're at with the transformation from cross-border banking to what will be what blockchain and crypto will allow, similar to what email did for the mail service.
I wish I could get my UPS shipments via email.
The kids these days use email. Like I don't
You got to have an email to sign up for social media.
I got it.
I don't know if my son's ever written a letter and put it in the mailbox.
Yeah, but like I think the only reason my son has an email is because it makes it easier for him to get his Cash App payments and to sign on social media.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. But you need it. You need it. You have to put that in. So it's a need.
But I don't know how long
Therefore,
that's
by default.
a future
Yeah.
question too.
But what's going to happen is that email address will be able. I mean, it's happening where that one address can send information and it can send value
And you thought we were all sports over.
and receive, send and receive. Sorry.
Well, okay. So to wrap up that
Okay.
very broad topic.
Yeah.
Whether it's XRP or Ether,
Right.
the important thing is
Gas
that
prices.
a well thought out cryptocurrency is not just a currency; it's also a medium of
A problem.
exchanging
I mean, it solves a
information.
problem.
It solves
A
a
useful
problem.
Yes.
Like,
System.
it's not that it's
Yep.
not just the value
Yep,
exchange. It is also capable of enforcing the value exchange.
Yep.
It's capable of doing some other things
Oh yeah.
as a contractual.
I had to ask that question. I'm sorry, I probably got you off your list there.
No, that was good.
That was
That was
good.
good. No, that was good. Right. No, that's a good question.
We can stop on that.
Yeah, that was good.
That was great right there, man.
It was a good conversation.
Yeah.
Great stuff right there, Jay.
Yep. Great stuff.
Right there.
Likewise,
I always
Jay.
feel like
Always.
always stuff when we have these cryptocurrency.
Indeed.
Bro.
Yeah.
You know, like
Oh man,
the dynamic.
we're
It's
in.
difficult
The
whenever
dynamic
you have so much
quadruple.
stuff like on the internet, and I tell this to people all the time whenever they want to learn anything about, streaming or seeing or like, and I'm like, y'all, when you go online, it's a toss up because you don't know who wrote what.
Yep.
You don't know the legitimacy behind this article or behind that article.
And you're
You don't
still
know-
only limited to what you know.
Exactly, and so it's very difficult to. You have to take everything with a grain of salt
Yeah.
when you're doing your own research. So I think
Yeah.
that public discussion and carrying on those types of conversations is like vital to actually like stopping the spread of misinformation instead, like
Yep.
like coming
That's-
together and sharing the
That's
ideas.
a good point.
and
Because that's almost another conversation. Like that's almost another hour's worth of
It
conversation.
is for sure.
When we say, when I say, you need to do the research. Like that doesn't mean go check and see what the first couple of things that somebody said on Twitter about.
You
it.
gotta dig.
Like,
Yeah.
you got to dig,
Yeah.
and you have to be willing for what you thought it was to be wrong.
And we
Yeah.
talked about bullion searches a couple weeks ago. So we can
Bullion.
dig a little. Bullion. I say bullion.
Yeah.
Bullion.
But yeah.
Bullion searches.
Bullying searches is what I did last week, where I went to the pantry. I was looking for some some beef
Tomato,
stock.
tomato.
Right.
Oh, like you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
That's a different thing.
Like
Right.
bullion searches.
But yeah,
Yeah.
complex searches. Yeah, but like not. Yeah, I think the distinction between research and doom scrolling Twitter feeds or even Google searches is I go looking because I have an idea. Like I have a question, I have an idea of what the answer might be, and so I go looking. If I'm finding evidence that says my idea was wrong, and everything I find says that my idea is wrong, except for this one guy. Like, should I listen to the one guy because he agrees with me? Or should I take into consideration that everybody else says, no, that's bullshit? And they have tons and tons of evidence to back that up. This guy has no evidence, but he agrees with me.
That sounds like the 20.
That's not research.
No doubt.
That's research.
No doubt.
Research is like all the evidence says
Right.
that my idea was wrong. So
Yep.
I better go back and rethink my idea.
Yep.
That doesn't mean they're right. It just means that like
Go take a look
this is
at
where
it.
the evidence is pointing,
Mm.
and like that's where we get mixed up with this do the research idea.
That's why
Yeah.
it's easier to have a conversation because your research and my research and your research, all of those can be cross-referenced and
No doubt.
come to like the common like
Yeah.
actual factual thing.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
And that's
Yep.
I think to me that's the critical thing that is, it's I'm reinforcing what
Yeah,
you
no,
what you're saying.
totally.
That's why
That's
community-
The
thank
critical
you so
thing
Yeah,
much
is
it's
being
key.
willing to
Yeah.
be wrong. That's
It's
why-
key.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would rather you call me out on
Using
being
your
wrong
words.
and
Open-minded.
show
Yeah, it
me
is.
how I was wrong than for me to keep believing. I
Show
was
me.
right.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know.
You got to be open-minded.
Right.
No doubt.
I was
Gotta
just
be-
really
gotta be
grateful
able
to
to-
have this. Like I didn't think I would come in with the. You always got to keep an open mind. So I was like, okay, what am I gonna learn today? You know.
Cool.
But thank you so much for having
So we learned
Absolutely.
a lot about you,
Yeah.
right? And you
Appreciate
told us
you.
about the music
me.
shit
Yeah.
and music cruises.
Learn
The
about music
emo.
cruises. Learn a little bit about
Indeed.
the weekend,
Indeed.
how much
Indeed.
practice goes into things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this was great, but thank you very
Appreciate
much for coming on today.
Oh,
This has
I'm
been
honored.
an
Thank you.
absolute pleasure to have you on.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We got our first American Idol.
I'll say this.
And
I understand that you put all that work into sounding good and looking good on stage, but you make it look like you just rolled out of bed.
Like
Oh,
it's easy.
thank
You
you.
make it look easy,
Thank
way
you so
too
much.
easy. That was like
Yeah.
NBA 2K or something. I think.
that was a
On
song?
the intro
Two
song.
E's?
Yeah,
Oh,
make it
okay.
Too easy. Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's what you do when you're a pro.
Yeah, true.
Thank you so much. Well, I'm honored to have had a seat at the table today. So thank you, gentlemen.
So where can the people find you?
So hello, I am Savannah Lowe. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Savannah, SAVANNAHLOW. Also on all the socials at Sav Plays Games.
Sav plays games, man. Y'all go follow her right now. Right? Today, man. But thank y'all very much for joining us, man. We had a great show. Hope you learned something. I know I did. You know, I act like I didn't know, but like I knew, but I didn't know.
This guy.
I ain't know. But Jonas, Mark, man, great
Love
show.
you, bro.
Thank y'all,
Yeah,
bro.
that was great.
Love it, man. Appreciate y'all coming, man. We'll see y'all next week or here soon, sometime around noonish on a Wednesday.